Yo, yo, what's good, Zah? Glad to have you here, my guy. What's up, man? What's up? Not gonna lie, bro. You were not gonna like today's video. Honestly, I don't even know why you came. You know what the word is today, bro. You know what we talking about. You know what's in the mix. Yeah, the chapter. Right, right. Read the chapter, right? I'm gone. I'll see you next week. Aw, don't be like that. You're gonna miss out on all the good stuff. Already, Henry's I'm good. Hey, man, you miss Scott? What's good, my guy?
What's cool, Mike? What's cool? What's cool? Yeah.
So I was just letting us know he's about to part. Going to take a place in any other important, amazing conversation we have for the chapter. Consider.
For like next 2 weeks. I don't know how long. After this chapter, we're gonna break. What do you think we're gonna talk about for 2 weeks straight? I'm just sorry. I like you do it. I love because I know you love me. You can't stand certain characters. I can't.
The main character.
I can't. I can't.
Or characters.
Like this. I cannot read or watch. That's just me. You can't stand it. You can't. Let you. You can tell it from you. I guess. I can't touch myself. I gotta. It's One Piece. I gotta indulge. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta indulge.
I don't see how
I
you
think
gonna
that
let one character get in
when
the
you're
way of.
no, it's just when you got hate in your heart and you got it so bad that you can't even let somebody get you. I mean, they little screen time and talk. Like, imagine if I talk bad about every Brook theory or every time I heard like a I wouldn't. I couldn't imagine me being a One Piece fan in that sense. You know, last 4 weeks, and it's gonna. This is gonna keep going on. We're with Shamrock for a whole arc, so it's like Shamrock and Shanks, two centerpieces for the arc right now.
Damn, that just started.
I'm telling you, so you're gonna,
Yeah. We talked more about Shanks than he be on screen.
I mean, that's gonna happen. You can say that about anyone.
How about Emu?
Yeah, I'm about to say the same about Dragon. Mihawk. Like, I don't get what he's talking about. Well, see, certain things just don't click with me. That's one of them, and that's not gonna click with me.
Say Shamrock or Lucky Charm. I'm done with Lucky Charm. Why Shanks Lucky Charm?
Hold on.
That's an odd comparison there. So, is it because he has red hair and you're calling him Irish? Is that it? Is that what this is about? Doesn't hurt comparison.
My bad, gang.
No, you good. You good. Um, Lots of dope content today.
Facts. That's the problem though, Zah. You can't talk about. I can see the comment strangely, but you can't. We can't talk about Loki without talking about Shanks and Rock. That's. Like, I just want you to know how crazy you sound, not being able to tolerate conversations in the community.
That's a fact.
Just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to make it seem like Zah do too much, but Zah, you do too much sometimes.
He's right. We can't talk about Loki without bringing up Shanks or Shamrock. That's just an undeniable thing that's gotta happen.
It's not even our fault. Like
Yeah,
seriously. Yeah, you can't blame us. We're just working with the story we got.
what's this? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, man. Oh, actually, let me pull it up on my real quick. Shit's crazy, man. Crazy.
But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, yes, sir. So how's it been going though? Load again. What's the name?
Yo, Jane. Glad to have you in.
Your joint going through a few loading issues. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or if it's your internet, but every 2 seconds it hits us with the load shit.
No, that was me. I should be good now. Wi-Fi. Let me see here. TDS, TCB.
No, you gotta read the official, bro. No, it's the truth. The leakers came and said for this chapter you need to read the official Viz. There are very distinct translations from TCB to Viz. Shit that's not in the Viz, but it's in the TCB. How much credence can you give it? I don't know. Find your nearest Japanese translator to tell you which one's more accurate. But there are clear differences in this chapter. Like if you come to something from the TCB, I can legit tell you that's not. I don't know what you're talking
So I saw parts of what you're talking about on Twitter, and I saw the side by side.
There's at least 4 different parts of the chapter that have this there's a distinct translation issue between the dialogue of the characters. Hydruden, Nami, what's it called? Shock, Gunko, there's a few distinct different translations. So I just want you to know. Just letting you know. You know what I mean? That is, I know people that only read Viz. I know people that only read TCB. So I'm just trying to do my best to make sure the gaps are bridged because there's a lot of conversations I see coming up in the future where people are going to be lost. Because these are detailed translations that are being left out or added in, whichever one.
That's super fair. I think, and everything you're saying is true. I think my only issue is, I mean, because I guess at the end of the day, how I feel about it doesn't really matter. But like side by side, the comparisons that I did see, I kind of like the TCBs better.
It's not about what you like better.
Like I said,
yo,
like
if it comes out, if the chapter comes out
matter.
and it says Blackbeard has Conqueror's Haki, of course I'm gonna take that before I take the one that says he don't. But if I'm someone who don't like Blackbeard and it says there's a Viz translation that says he don't got Conqueror's Haki, I'm gonna side with Viz. What you want to side with?
That's important information.
I'm trying to say that's don't let your bias misconstrue real factual information.
I'm not.
That's whoa.
I'm going off of something as strong as that. I'm speaking strictly off of just like the dialogue and certain tone of a certain situation. Like for instance, when Shamrock is talking to Loki, and he's like pinned down saying he can't move in the TCB, Shamrock said, and it's crazy because it's just like it just fits better from like the character aesthetic that he's given, like the Holy Knight aesthetic, the Royal Blood aesthetic. Like the Viz, they had him talking all kind of casual, like he was just like a regular dude.
So I had this conversation this morning with a few of my guys on Discord. My boy Blue, we were all talking about it. It was like probably like 10, no, I think it was like 12. We were talking about, and I was telling him that moment, I feel like the energy in the panel is still the same. The tone is still the same. He's just being more direct and blunt in the TCB where he lets Loki know whether you were chained or not, the result would still been the same. But in the Viz, he's not even saying it. He's saying, yo, the question doesn't change. To me, that's still saying the same thing. Whether you're in chains or not, whether you feel like you could fight back or not, my question does not change. So
No.
I still expect an answer. But in the TCB, TCB's saying it more direct, where it's like the TCB is for the fans that want to be spoon fed. Viz is for, hey, this is how it is. You kind of have to gonna trust your interpretation more or less. There's been a lot of times when the translations for TCB have spoon fed us, but the Viz makes it more theory. It kind of gives you the confirmation in a sense. But to me, it's the same thing.
No,
That both of these channels are saying this. They're technically conveying the same message. That just the tone, the words and directness, the bluntness is more blunt in TCB than it is in Viz for that panel.
it was yeah, but the tone is definitely the same. It was just more so like it was more drawn out in the TCB on some like I was listening to World speak, like almost like he was looking down on him. In the Viz, it was like more like you damn how you said, it was more straightforward. It was like, oh, okay,
Forward, the Viz is just he kind of it felt more casual. He's just like, yo, the question doesn't change. That's all he said. The question doesn't change. And TCB, he's telling you, change or unchained, you cooked, so it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? TCB's more blunt and direct.
Aura.
Yeah, it's more aura. It's aura farming.
That's what I like. You know, aura guy.
That's okay. I just letting you know whether what you like and what is factual. Don't.
Right.
Yeah, feel me? Don't. Yeah, don't. Make sure you make that distinction when you're doing stuff like that. Tell the people that are watching and listening to you that. I tell you all day. Listen, this is my Fuji bias. This is what's really factual for Fuji. If they have to be one and the same, that ain't on me. That's on Oda. But just know, I'm gonna give you what I want to happen versus what narratively actually take place.
Oh, I gotta go this way.
If those 2 points actually coincide, then yes. But I want to answer Jane's question. TCB is the online early release of the chapter. The TCB Scans is the website. When the chapter comes out Wednesday, sometimes a Thursday, sometimes Friday, we get that on TCB. If you want to read the chapters officially, like Manga Plus, Manga Seed, those are the chapters that come out official. Like that's where the author is actually paying Shonen Jump to make sure that this manga drops on this platform. So that means this is the official. Like the translator are the ones that they want you to officially read. TCB isn't the official translations. That's other people trying to do a better job than what they think the Viz are doing in translation wise. There are plenty of things that I do read the TCB over, because in the TCB, if you look in the corner panel, it says the Holy Knights are mobilizing. They don't have that in the Viz, where they have that little text box right there. They don't have that. Same thing for Zoro when he says King of Dragons, 3 sword stars, or King of Serpents, King of Dragons, 3 dragon style, or 3 sword style, whatever it said. It's in that text box. Same thing for the Don Krieg returning panel when it says ambition never dies, or the ambitious ones always find a way. Those little text box stuff are only found in the TCB versions of the chapter. They're not found in the Viz. Unfortunately, I don't know why. That's the one thing I do think Viz kind of dropped the ball on. But that's Viz is the official wait for it on Sunday release, and then TCB is it dropped early in the week, and I want to read it as soon as possible. But I want translations at the same time. That's what TCB is for, because there are other sites that drop like
And
Ragnarok, OP Scans. Those are two other sites that drop the chapter early, but their translations be horrible. So I don't really read those. I only read those if the chapter hasn't dropped on TCB or Viz yet, and I know it's out, and I'm just saying, what the fuck. So I'll read that just to scratch my One Piece urges.
damn, I wanted to find it so I could like read the exact quote. Wait,
What are you talking about?
oh wait,
You talking about from Goon? You talking about from Shamrock?
yeah, but not that one. It was
Okay, I was about to say that. What me and you just talked about, that's exactly what it
no,
says.
yeah,
There's other parts in the chapter, like when Hadruden, when Road is telling Hadruden, oh, Road wants to be king of the Giants. There's a panel on TCB where we know that line of thinking all too well, because Luffy wants to be king of the pirates, so he's like agreeing with them. That's not in the Viz. In the Viz, they don't even have that conversation. So you gotta kind of, but I don't know if that's. I gotta wait until the Japanese translator breaks down the chapter so I can see what exactly he translates to see what's in the chapter and what's not. Because with Viz makes mistakes sometimes, TCB makes mistakes sometimes. So neither one of them is like more railed than the others. That's how I say. Some people say Viz makes more mistakes. I don't believe so. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they're both 50-50. So I'm gonna wait until the Japanese translator drops it, and then he breaks down the actual Japanese language for me. So I'm gonna take his word for it. I'm gonna be
damn, I can't find the shop I'm looking for. Damn, man, when he said that, I was like, "What talking to this nigga?" Because somebody actually made the comparison perfect on Twitter. That it was like, they was talking about the different variations of it, and it was like in this variation for TCV, he speaks more like Gucci speaks more proper, and with the Viz, it was like you said, like just kind of just straight to the point, like casual, like he just kind of said it. But in the TCB, he drunk it out like someone of status would, like almost how Rukia's brother would talk, and that's damn near how I would expect him to talk, opposed to Shane.
I agree with that. I agree with you. I agree with that comparison you just made with the bleach.
Yeah,
that was just right.
That's cool though. Fuck it. Yeah, we can jump into it. Where should we start? Well, fuck it, let's start at the beginning. There was something that bothered me in the beginning. All right, so yeah, they like the underground, and once again, bro, I'm not feeling Zoro goggles. I don't know what it is. Like maybe it's the angles that they keep drawing them in the panel.
That's your problem, bro. You want Zoro to be some fashionista ass nigga. My nigga came to cut shit up, bro. So I don't know what you trying to do with this Zoro shit. You got AK got you fucked up. You think Zoro just about to be looking any old, bro? Yeah, I'm coming crazy. I'm coming at you crazy right now, bro. Get all Zoro back, bro.
I don't even think of Egghead when I think of Zoro just having that shit on.
Zoro don't even got two eyes open to see how much you be hating on him. So just fall back a little bit, bro. Like chill out, bro.
This angle, this a cold angle to see these goggles. This is a cold. Come on, bro.
Zoro. I'm gonna be honest with you, suit Zoro. This is not only the issue with the goggles. They don't really hurt Zoro's image, and they kind of do compliment him. But I don't expect him to look like he just put on some Versace shades. So
no, what I'm.
This is what when Garland pulls up and he takes his shades off and he puts his bag on. I'm like, yeah, facts, word, Fendi. You know what I mean? But not for Zoro, bro. That's bro and Noah. He really just needed a shirt off type shit. That's really what's going on. Did you see in the SBS that they're telling us that Zoro's manly bust as like working out is bigger than Nami's chest, bro? Like think about that, bro. Like do we care if he has goggles on for real? Like what are you doing? Chill with the
Is pecs or stronger than Nami's breasts?
Not stronger.
I mean,
They in size. They're actually. I don't think you noticed this. They actually have Zoro merch that's out there. People making them. No, I'm being real. That's the truth. Zoro's actually his chest is legit like that, bro. Like for real. His chest, and it's not crazy to say that his chest is big. I know bodybuilders that they legit bodybuilding. If you actually make them stand next to a shorty who has an average rack, you wouldn't realize it because you're not thinking about it. But when you put them next to, you be like, yo, wow, that's crazy.
what
Maybe you should stop working out so much. That's probably what it is.
what size would you say Nami's breasts are?
I don't know.
The past D's, we could agree, right?
Say it again?
I said that the far past D's, we could agree, right? Double D's.
They may be double. I don't know.
They
I
for
don't
sure
know.
big.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really super speculate how big Nami's joints is. Nami's aren't. I'm gonna be real with you. Nami's
saying
ain't all
regardless of
that,
that,
but
the
Nami's
way
ain't all that big though. Just to get you back on track, because you talking about her like she's Orihime or something. Like no, Nami does not have that size. No. She has fit her perfectly for the petite little skinny jaw Nami is. That's it. Feel me? That's it. Viola got Nami beat. Like what we doing?
regardless, I'm not trying to focus on.
Listen, you the one that's trying to dive into the conversation. I said what I said. I put it down, and we just gonna run over. You like, listen, let's break.
Man,
You
the
like,
manga
you like,
panels don't
Nika,
compare
let's break this down.
what
We
what
got it.
Oda is writing. Zoro doesn't. The manga panels don't compare with
That's
was Oda.
okay. That don't matter though. That mad
You're
times Oda. I'm about to say. That's the same conversation like with like people saying Kid didn't hurt Kaido. Well, Kaido said Kid was hurting, and Oda also backed that up because he's the author. So, despite what you think, Oda already told you how he felt about the issue. So just stay consistent, folks.
Fair enough.
That's my
let's jump
job.
into
Keep you consistent. That's my job.
we moving through the kingdom, the ruins where the battlefield was. We see the tragic portrait of the old king, previous king from what was it, 14 years ago, 13 years ago,
Yeah, the previous king. You know, it's a previous king.
something like that.
Yeah.
And everyone's saying there's a striking resemblance to him and Kaido. I don't believe that Kaido is related to him per se, but I do think they, probably share that same giant's blood or blood through distant relatives or something like that. What's your thoughts on it?
I don't think he related to Kaido neither, but if he is, I wouldn't be surprised because this is now telling us that Kaido is basically so.
Which makes sense.
It makes sense all in all, period.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The way Kaido is strong as Kaido is, you could say that the king of the giants is pretty much like Kaido without a devil fruit. You got the ancient horns, all that. The same bravado. He's just Kaido without a devil fruit. Probably a little bigger in size.
Right.
Not a little bigger, but probably substantial size. But besides that, that's it. That's Harold. Kaido is like Harold's little cousin. You feel me? That's basically how that works for me. The Onis are like, if you notice, Kaido tells Yamato, you're an ogre's child. Dorian Bragi's epithet is red ogre and blue ogre. You get what I'm saying? So ogre, Oni, however you want to splice it, chop it up. The point is, they're all from the giant clan. So you get what I'm saying? They all come from Ors, ancient giants. So hey, take that how you want it. But he does look a lot like him.
He does.
He really does look like him though. Because the way if you put the horns back on his head or imagine him with horns, he just look like Kaido's big brother. That's all he do. That's all he really looks like.
That's facts.
Yeah, so
Zaza,
I don't think Oda has them directly being related though, but yeah.
No, that's just people on Twitter saying what Twitter doing what Twitter do.
Right.
Zaza says, I'm glad Oda made that creepy giant not as creepy. I'm assuming he's talking about the one that's fawning over Nami.
Yeah, bro. He's still creepy. I mean, I didn't think he was too creepy in the first place. I just thought he was. I think his portrayal is still solidly consistent. I think he's just a perv. He's an otaku. He's an otaku giant. You know what I mean? He's just some that fawns over pretty girls.
Yeah.
His nose is ugly shit. I say that.
Mm.
Yeah, his
Um,
nose. Yeah, exactly. His nose unnecessary.
crazy. But yeah, I remember I should have read the viz before.
Yes, you should have read the Viz. I always tell you that, Coach. I know. Listen, I know I do One Piece 24/7, but it's the truth. You got to keep up with the content the right way, or you be lost sometimes, bro.
Right.
You need to read the TCB. You need to read the Viz.
The viz,
I think because both of them are. Say it again.
the viz came out today, right?
Yeah, it came out this morning. I
Okay.
read the Viz because I pay for it, so I'm gonna read it. So first of all, but I always read the ones that come out early. But I do that for everything I read. If I read like Baruto, anything that comes out outside of the Viz, I will read it unofficially to see what they're saying. But because I know Viz isn't accurate it's not 100% translations. Neither is the site that I'm reading 100% on translations. I normally go read both just to make sure to stay consistent and know what both are talking about. But the leakers, when the spoilers were coming out this week, I mean last week for the last chapter, the leakers said chapter came out like what, Thursday? The leakers said Monday morning, or if not Tuesday, they said for this chapter you want to wait for the official release on Viz because there's a lot of translation differences and it's better to go with Viz. That's what they said, the damn leakers. So if they're telling me that,
Mhm.
if Pew Piece, Read On, the official leakers are telling me that, and the one that translated, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna I'm just gonna read both, but I'm gonna side with the Viz until I have like when I watch the Japanese translator and he tells me that the Viz is actually breaking it down more correctly than, or that the TCB is breaking it down more correctly than Viz, then I'll stop relying on Viz on that chapter or relying on TCB, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah, I feel it. I feel it. I was just saying I should have found some time when I wasn't editing because I remember you had made a statement on Friday about the chapter about the elder giant basically either or not remembering certain parts of the
Viz in the Viz back up everything I said. So definitely go read when you get a chance.
Okay, give me more insight on that. What the viz expound upon?
They didn't really expound nothing on it because they didn't really change up too much of the translations from what it was being said in TCB. They just kind of kept it consistent with the way that he was being cut off. Like and I just watched a video today with Grand Line Review. He said the same thing, and BDA Law. They both said the same thing I'm saying. Why do they keep cutting him off and him rather than letting him finish his sentences? Because it sounds like he's about to tell us the truth, and then people just like, no, Ja Rule, the chief, no way. He's like that. He stopped Loki dead in his tracks. This and as he's saying that, Ja Rule is dead looking at the man's like, this is the face he's making. If Coach, if you're ever out with me and you decide I speak for you and this is the face you're making, if the people that are listening to us can't tell that we are improving right now, and this is not the plan, that he's obviously saying something to make you feel out of pocket, that's why you're making that face, then there's a lot of things wrong contextually. I'm just saying, bro, that's kind of. I'm reading the chapter. I'm like, bro, there's no way. They're literally providing excuses for this nigga. He never once said Loki was evil. He said what Loki and Harold was trying to do was enact their own way to be the sun god. Then cuts off. Somebody says something for him. Every time he starts a big speech bubble, someone finishes his sentences for him. We're missing. So every one of the giants got killed or defeated, but Ja Rule is still alive, and you got a sword that belongs to the king stuck in your head. But you're supposed to be like that. That's weird because in Big Mom flashback, a 5-year-old Big Mom, like he kind of beat your partner's ass, like your co-captain. A 5-year-old Big Mom did that. Right. So I'm just going to move forward and continue to know with the notion of Ja Rule is not a reliable source for any of the breakdowns that we need for what happened to Loki or what happened between Loki and his dad. He's missing he hasn't mentioned the whole story, and we're missing a lot to the picture. So I'm going to stick on that. For right now, that's the I'm going to stick with.
Okay. Fair. Fair. Um, do you have any more insight on the name? Oh, girl, that's with stabs and like her fruit.
Talking about Shams, you talking about Gunko?
Yeah, Gunko. That's it.
Nah, I talked to a lot of experts, talked to a lot of top men. We discussed at large what we are seeing from this ability, and we don't really. I'm gonna be real. They all just as lost as me. Everybody agrees it's definitely some soul eater shit. The vectors that she's using, the arrow shit that she's using is all just soul eater shit. It's the exact same ability. But I think she's an awakened fruit user of fruit. She has awakened that fruit. So ain't really too much about it as far as we probably did a bad job by talking all of this on Friday. We probably should have really waited. But even still, I think with Gunko, I want to see Gunko fight Luffy because her ability it's reminiscent to Luffy's in a way. Luffy could enlarge his hands and his feet with Gear 3 armor and hockey. She could just use bandages and do the same thing. The Viz did another thing with the distinct with the translations of what happened with Bunko, because what Loki says is kind of like future sight for Loki. If you're paying attention to the chapter, you're reading Loki utilize future sight in your face. What was interesting is how she says it seems like Bunko doesn't have future sight herself, but her attacks are unavoidable, and that is a sure thing. Like her attacks are sure hit. So even with she has a future sight hack. Like how me and my boy Blue, we were discussing once again people that need to be kind of like spoon fed information on One Piece. Let me ask you a question: do you think she has armament hockey?
I don't know if it's advanced. He's got armor and hockey though. Well, I
Okay,
mean, because
I'm
he's
talking
so
specifically advanced. I'm like specifically. I'm not trying to confuse it at all. Whatever you think base armament hockey, fuck it. I'm talking advanced armament hockey, like emission, where you could shoot hockey off of your body, even in construction. If you want to talk about it, what do you think? To anyone watching, this is not to harp on what you don't know of One Piece. I'm going to just parallel and show you why there are things. Well, this is why we call them hacks, and this is why we compare still to this day. What's good, Strawberry?
it's good, straw.
But do you think Sanji has advanced, not regular armament? Do you think whatever in your head, because there's two forms of advanced armament. There's emission, and then there's the eternal destruction. Do you think Sanji has advanced armament hockey?
No.
Why?
I don't see Oda giving him all of that with the buff he just gave him in Wano with being so durable. And I haven't seen information to make me assume he has advanced.
Okay, I'll send you the statements that came with his Viva card, but he does have advanced armament hockey. It's in his Viva card statement.
Okay.
Also, because it says with his new technique of how he beat Queen, he finally honed armament hockey that is advanced. On top of what he does, and on top of that, he got the explanation of Sanji having what internal destruction in his lobby. We're told on the awakening of Diablo Jambe that Jabber says he's scorching the insides of my body. My bones are burning.
Yeah.
That's a hack towards armor. So even if you didn't think he had it, he technically wouldn't need it, Cokes, because he has an ability that gives him the usage of that ability. You get what I'm saying? That's a hack. Like Law doesn't need to actually know shave and flash steps. My nigga just says shambles and he moves faster than the. That's a hack. He need to exercise his feet. He could just do that. Enter a hack. You get what I'm saying? So that's the kind of way where yes, ABK. So that's what I'm saying in lights of for what Sanji is using. That's a hack. Same thing for Gunko. Gunko doesn't have to have actual future sight. She is an attack that even if you had future sight, you still couldn't avoid her ability.
Right.
So she's attacking. It's like she's attacking the future you're seeing. So whatever future you're trying to see to avoid, she can attack that. It's a short hit counter.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by Gunko's ability. So when she tells Loki it's unavoidable, she needs that. I think she needs that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I want to say on that note. But see, you
Yeah.
be following me. You be following me. That's how I know I'm not crazy. Because you can follow me.
No,
When you don't
you
agree with me, or you don't be as Coach wanting to be on his bullshit. That's what I be like. Yeah, Coach be on his bullshit. Crack more jokes, Coach. It's okay, man.
crazy. No, I think her fruit, the little bit we've seen so far is pretty OP. With just that caveat. You made a statement earlier. You said that you believe she's also awakened. I could definitely see that just because of the company that she's with, which really makes Sham even that much more scary. Because, like I said before, I don't think he has a double fruit,
Okay.
and I still feel strongly that he's stronger than Guko.
Yeah,
So it's like, damn,
he's definitely stronger than Guko.
yeah, he's stronger than somebody that's awakened, and you don't even got a fruit. You a
Ooh.
problem.
I did want to clear something up though, because a lot of the fandom has been under the expectation that Shams has taken up Garling's position. He has not taken Garling's position. If you look at the cover, if you look at when Garling's revealed, he is revealed. It says he was a holy knight that blah 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 on God's Valley, was a champion of God's Valley. But today, it literally says, I'm not adding this context. It says it in his title box. It says, today he is the supreme commander of the Holy Knights. In this chapter, Shamrock is only revealed to be the commander of the Knights, which means Garling never down from his position, which I think makes the most sense, because if you're supposed to be if you're technically supposed to be the secretary of defense for your nation, you have the access to command your strongest force, the God Knights. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you're already supreme commander of the Holy Knights, and now you're so basically Garland probably is strongest among Boris. Sen is the supreme commander of the Holy Knights, the secretary, the warrior god of defense, and science. And the science part he's mainly given to York. But I think the science part fits into him. What's it called? When Saturn said, I brought Ginny for a fellow member of the Holy Land. You know, it's most likely he was bringing her for Shamrock himself, because Shamrock would have been in his young 20s. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is the first time I've
And I agree, ABK. I agree, ABK. I doubt it. Her counter will be. I doubt. Oh, you say you doubt her counter will be found soon? I don't know. I think if it's Sanji, probably, maybe, but Sanji seems like the only person who knows how to avoid future sight techniques. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to him and Katakuri. But besides that, I don't want to just avoid her ability. It would have to be Luffy himself, maybe, and I think Luffy would take the hit. Luffy's a fighter. He's actually a fighter. So I don't think they're going to just figure out her ability just like that.
I don't think Sanji's going to be able to do anything against her.
Speed-wise, I think he could. If Sanji, listen, Katakuri saw the future and shot the jelly bean to disrupt the future he saw. And Sanji, without future sight, was able to still dodge someone attacking a future. It was all with a jelly bean, but goddamn, that's such a detailed scene. I can never sleep on it for Sanji. I'm sorry. When it comes to observation, Sanji is. I really think Sanji's the one person who probably not be able to harm Gunko, but he ain't about to get harmed by her either. You know what I'm saying? And if he does get harmed by her, that's okay, because he knows he's used to doing that. If you see him to fight at Enies Lobby and then see what happened with Black Maria. But I don't want Sanji having to deal with it. I want Luffy to fight Gunko. Me personally.
Yeah. I just say that from the standpoint of we already know what Sanji's biggest troll is, so that's why I don't want him anywhere near her, because it's not going to progress anything long term.
Yeah,
like it's just simple.
Tell you shit.
Yeah, definitely. But like, yeah, so far how it's looking, I don't know who. I think it was Trayshawn. Trayshawn was saying he still needs Loki's evil. To me, I feel like that narrative is about to shift really soon. Like really soon. I don't think. I don't think. Fuck evil. We might come to the conclusion that Loki might fuck around and be innocent. Who knows?
I'm gonna be honest with you. You might not like where I'm about to take this now, but these talks have already begun happening.
Right.
But what if we make Loki, because he was introduced as a bad guy? What if we make Loki good and then make the other brother bad? Druid, how would you feel about that? Because we're actually learning there's reasons for Hadrudin to actually be evil story right now. They didn't allow moms to become queen because she wasn't a pureblood, which means bigotry. They were over there hating on their own kind just because of one might have not been a pure blood. And then Hadrudin was bullied as a youngin growing up on Elbaf because he wasn't a pure blood. So just saying, if we wanted to make one of these people, he might not be a Judas to us and Luffy, but he might be a Judas to those on Elbaf. Hadrudin right now is suiting that lineup. So I'm not saying that he is. We keep it going, but I'm just saying it would make sense if you introduce one brother. Hadrudin was good. Then you tell us the one brother is evil. Then we learn that the brother that's evil is not evil. He's good. So then what does that mean for the brother who's so-called good already? Wouldn't he then turn evil narratively? I'm not saying then he would, but wouldn't it make sense to flip the script on both brothers rather than just one? Because if you actually think about it, we don't have any plot. We don't have any more. Besides this new stuff that just got these nuances that just got added to the story for Hadrudin, we had no one had any expectations for Hadrudin in this arc. He's just some nigga that's there that's cool with Luffy because he sided with Luffy. But we didn't have no expectations for him to do anything big this arc. Now that we know this stuff about his moms and this bigotry shit that's been going on with Elbaf, I think we need to see something from Hadrudin now. Like, what is the relationship between the half brothers like? Like, is Loki and Hadrudin, are they gang for real? Like, how does that work out? You get what I'm saying? Because he wants to be, one person don't want to be the king. He wants to be destruction. He wants purely destruction. Hadrudin actually wants to be the king of Elbaf and the king of all giants, period. He came to Dressrosa to get the Mera for a reason. So what does this mean for Hadrudin going forward?
I think that's a possibility it could land on. My first thought is that Hadrudin stayed the same, but it turns out that Loki was just misunderstood, and we get like more background information on what actually happened that day. But I can never hold it against Oda, or I can never pretend Oda won't pull a rabbit out of it and make a won't flip the script on the kid. After what he did in Wano, I'll never pretend like it's not impossible again for him to just flip a whole character's
narrative.
Narrative. It's I'll never feel that vulnerable and safe again. It could happen at any moment.
Like, I'm just saying, if you actually think about it, Luffy's never had somebody that's on his side betray him. And if this story is the way it is, it wouldn't be too crazy to think Luffy finally has a Judas among him. Because we never actually had a Judas for Luffy. We never actually had. You can't even count Kandro. That was Kinemon's Judas. He was an op before he was an op to them before before Luffy was a factor into the story for them. You get me?
Yeah, I wouldn't count Kandro.
I'm not saying it will happen for Hadrudin either. I'm just saying, how would you feel about that if it happened in the story? Like, could Hadrudin actually be like an op type?
I think that would be dope writing.
That's what I said.
I think I'd fuck with. I don't think it would really just affect Luffy that much. Like,
I don't think it would either. I think Hadrudin could still live in a light where he's an op to those of Elbaf, but he's still a comrade to Luffy. You get what I'm saying? Because that's technically that's the same light that Loki lives right now. They treat him like an op, but Luffy and Loki seem to be cool right now. You get me? Luffy and Hadrudin, they have a bond that can't even be. Hadrudin has made his whole crew vow to defend the Straw Hats as in the Grand Fleet. They just think about this. We just met. Same thing about this. Loki just met Luffy, and Luffy and are doing this whole let's take a shot and toast to Elbaf and Straw Hats being friends, camaraderie, all that, but you just did all that. They just did a toast and a thank you, but you about to go free the nigga they all telling you not to free. How much do you value that friendship, Luffy, among that relationship? How much do you value that, Luffy? Because they love you, Luffy. They're telling you we want to toast to you for everything you've done for each giant you've been to on your journey on the seas for that's been from Elbaf. And you just ask, hey, so Loki's a good guy? Like, before I free this nigga, is Loki a good guy? Hell no, don't free that nigga. Any day. Don't no, it's not free Loki the long way at all, bro. We don't fuck with Loki. He is not gang. I say that. So I'm gonna go free this nigga because I just gotta know what's gonna happen to what's gonna destabilize the relationship between Luffy and the Giants. This seems like it. You feel me? Of course, I know something to where Luffy's gonna have a good excuse to why he did it, and they're gonna be like, okay, Luffy, whatever the case may be, but they ain't gonna act like I said, Hudruden right now is in a fine position to where he could be an op and still be an ally with Luffy. We don't know if Hudruden and his brother, we don't know how tight they are. You get what I'm saying? Hudruden is one of the people telling us that Loki is a bad guy. Peep that.
True. This is the only part I'm not rocking with. So I feel like I stated this last pod. No matter what Luffy does, he's not gonna be in the Giants' bad graces for too long. Whether it's freeing Loki, whether it's accidentally destroying Elbaf, there's nothing he can really do that'll just like turn them from him. So I could see Hudruden himself becoming an op of Elbaf, but if that's the case, that's to me synonymous with being an op of Luffy. Because whatever side Dorian Bragi's on, that's where I see Luffy on. Just because you are part of Luffy's 5,000 men, I don't think that holds that much weight. Baltimore is part of that 5,000 men. I don't think Luffy gives a fuck about Baltimore like that. Where Dorian Bragi is, I feel like that's where Luffy sticks his foot in the sand as well.
Okay.
But that's just
Okay.
where we are right now. I definitely do. I think that's an interesting theory. I would be interested if Madrid went that route because he has the cause to do.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, because somebody told me the theory before it happened, before the chapter came out, and I was telling him, no, it's my guy. Shout out to my guy Broker. He did a call on the TOPT podcast that they do on YouTube, where he called in and he gave his theory, and they didn't agree with him. When I first heard it as well, I also did not agree with him. But then as I looked at the story, just looking at everything that Hudruden has offered now, it's like, all right, cool. But then the spoilers came out, and I read some of the spoilers, and I'm like, that's ironic as hell that he just said this a week ago, and now we're getting Hudruden lore that's not really good for the story and the narrative of Hudruden. Like, it's good for his resolve wanting to be king of the Giants, but if you were to tell me that this guy had a little hate in his heart because the bigotry that was going that he had to undermine and go through with his mom and with him, I would have told. It would don't sound like now that when I listened to the theory, because I went and rewatched his video. Shout out to Broker again. After reading the chapter, then watched the video, I'm like, oh, this don't sound crazy at all no more. A week ago, it sounded. Come on, bro, it's Hudruden, bro. That's the man that held up God's top. Like, come on, gang. But then you tell me my son couldn't be my son. They don't consider him the one that could be king because moms couldn't even be queen. So technically, his vie for the throne is technically shot in a way. Yeah, he would have to have undisputed power to even have a chance at what his dream is. Dang, Loki stole the fruit. He probably pissed Loki stole that fruit for real, like that. Like, it just made me think one thing after another when it comes to him now. So now I just gotta be like, listen, it just don't sound crazy. That's all I got. In his defense for Hudruden, he don't sound crazy. You feel me? Hudruden being an op does not sound like the craziest thing in the world. It just don't. something I want. I don't know. He wants it. I don't necessarily think. I don't want it. I don't want it. I can understand how it does make the story good if he does do so. So
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm not asking for it, but if it would have happened, it could progress the story.
yeah, it's what it is. Type shit.
Yeah, exactly. Um, Interesting thought though. So, in your mind, when Luffy and Zoro and Nami make it down those stairs and they see what's going on, are there more holy knights there, or is it just like because what's the next said he was about to make a call to get people moving on the way?
Yeah, Shamrock about the cops tell them to send the set at least. I know that for a fact they're gonna at least show me if there's 10 holy knights, which I think the number are. They're gonna at least see 5, so we're gonna at least see 3 more of them on this arc. Besides Shamrock and Bunko, we need to see at least 3 more holy knights. That's what I think. That's the best way to do it because you can't kind of reveal all the holy knights. I mean, you can, but you can't have them all lose here because final war has to happen. So, like, just like you give us half of the.
What's good, Mr. Worldwide? What's up, man?
Wait, what happened?
Mr. Worldwide just joined the chat.
Oh, that's menace. Wait.
He says Shamrock is weaker than Shanks. I agree with you, my guy.
Yeah, he's a top 1 Shanks, Shanks guy. So
you are.
Yeah, you never. Exactly. Look, I know we love when people agree with. Watch who's agreeing with you. always warrant that. Watch who's agreeing with you, and then why they're agreeing with you. That also matters. Not that I think that he's lying, though. I agree. Shank should be Shank. Listen, I think people misunderstood what I was trying to say the other day because I even had to correct my guy ABK in the chat today about it. I don't think that Shamrock is over Shanks.
Okay.
If it's generally based on hockey alone, Shanks should have better hockey than Shamrock. I do believe that Shanks has conquers hockey. It does come from his Garland blood, but I think the path of which he was groomed by Roger and Rayleigh, I think that makes him that's going to give him the deficit to have better conquerors hockey. Whereas Shamrock, he probably if Shamrock is better than Shanks because he has his phenomenal conquerors hockey, probably not on the level of a Shanks, but to back that up, we give him a fruit, just like we suspect most guys knights would have. That would put him above, if full on, equal, if not equal, full on above Shanks. That would get, especially if it's a sword, especially if he's using swordsmanship that factors in the hockey and devil fruit ability, because then it just seems like he would have a lot of his utility. But if it's just straight based off of hockey, we're meeting these guys and they're all just hockey men, I'm going to think Shanks has better hockey. That's just
me. Then it says we're gonna see a 2-arm Shanks be worse than 1 arm, and people are gonna be mad. Kezi, unless it's revealed the Holy Knights are consistent, or it's some emu power they by default have weak than majority of people due to lack of combat.
Right, but I don't think it would be. I don't think there would be a lack of combat though. I don't know. See, I don't know how to take stuff like that because even for Garp, it's like when people say, "Oh, Sakazuki, he's behind the desk, so he's not active anymore." You know, Marines have a training regimen they gotta complete every motherfucking day. Like battleship bags aren't like they literally tell us, "Hey, to this day, Garp is still on battleship bags." Like it's not like he just not like that anymore. So I'm not going to just suspect that they're holding Knights and they're not fought or done anything in the last, because we know nothing of the Holy Knights, so we don't know when, where, and how they began active. But just to put this here, I don't believe this is a good. Like, I wouldn't use that to say that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Just because of the lack of combat, I wouldn't use that. That's not what I. It's okay if you think that they're not as strong or you could say that they're weaker. I'm cool with that, but that reasoning is not that's lackluster for me. Like, you're gonna tell me I'm weak because I got position and I stopped being active for ever since I had this position. Does that sound cool to you, Coach? That sounds like when the heavyweight becomes number one. Does the heavyweight stop his training regimens? Does the heavyweight stop taking on challenges? Like, does it? I just don't. No, and fuck it. No,
I
I think I
don't
know what I would.
I don't co-sign that narrative. I believe Sakazuki's still him. I think he's going to continue to be him. He doesn't even if he wasn't doing a training regimen, even if he was just filling out paperwork every single day, nothing else, I think he would still be him. Like minimum as strong as he was Marineford, or as strong as he was fighting Aokiji, minimum. I don't think the lack of combat really matters personally. But I mean,
I agree with you, Minister, on what you're saying as far as hockey growing. You have to be in actual combat for your hockey to grow. But hockey isn't the only thing that factors you into a fight. That's my issue. Like, you still have to keep like your actual stamina, your actual physical benching. If you get to Garth already in his prime, he didn't just say that. He said, "No, Don Chinjao, let me go bust down 8 fucking mountains to show you that I need to be even more physically fit and prepared to deal with it." Like, that's what they do. You feel me? That's what's gonna happen. So I definitely agree with you. Your hockey, Oda could write it in however they want hockey wise, and yes, he could. It is something to note. And hockey doesn't grow weaker. I mean, it goes weaker over the time of usage, like in battle. So your hockey will be stronger at the start of a battle or weaker at the end of a battle. That's why Luffy has to take 10 to replenish his when he's fighting. You know, it's not for stamina purposes; it's for hockey purposes because he can't use hockey at all in that 10 minutes while he's done and whatever the case may be. But I'm just saying, man, I see what you're saying. You're gonna need, they still are going to need these other things to fully factor them into the fight. I mean, factor them into what we're saying.
Sense. I mean, Rayleigh was inactive for a long time after he retired, and then we get to fucking Sunbox and a fucking Admiral.
So, he said it though. He said because like he was saying I've grown older now. Like he actually noted that his stamina ain't gonna be the same because he's older now. You know what I'm saying? So like aging only affects you when it comes to your physical feats, like your physical attributes, your physical prowess. But when it comes to the hockey, like just because I'm like awakening and all that, no, you do that at all times. But you do need the stamina reserves to keep that output up. That's the only thing I say. Gark did on Hachinosu, but he can keep up stamina wise. He's old now. You know what I'm saying? But at least that's how I see it.
No, I feel you. Let me hold on. I'm gonna say a few more things here. You said a lot. Hold on. Make sure. Okay. The way hockey works is unless it's from active combat, if you just train it, hockey doesn't grow much, particularly bronze combat. Obviously, Oda can just make them as strong as he wants, but it's something to note. Okay. Mind you, hockey doesn't ever get weaker. It's confirmed it can only grow. Okay.
Yeah, I addressed most of that just now.
Okay. If Oda says the Holy Knights are barely used but have cracked hockey, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. Rather, it's confirmed they're handling all the real dirt work, and that's why they're strong.
Yeah,
Gonko got the.
I was about to say, yeah, we can't. I don't think we should trip on Holy Knights being used or what they've been doing. We need to leave that alone because, like I said, we went to the Reverie, we raided the Reverie, and Holy Knights wasn't active then. So obviously they have been elsewhere. So let's just leave that alone because it made no sense for us to attack that point. But I get you. Za and him want to go live. If you want to, you can let him know.
Yeah, I got you, Za. Minute say he's out getting food right now. Well, he might hop on later. Yeah, go ahead, Za.
He said I can't go live right now. I'm out getting food. Okay, I'm about to say I don't even mention it because I saw it put in the chat.
What's good, Za? I feel like you got some words to share. As you noticed, we haven't been like saying the word Shanks a lot yet. So
no, I've been listening because I was listening to Moon Piece interview, so I was in and out, so I wasn't really like listening to a lot of the stuff. But Only nice talk that I just ran into.
Huh? What are
Sure.
your thoughts?
Um, they seem like the type of group that just does missions when they need to. But I also agree. Let's not call people who aren't active. I don't like the Sakazuki slander because he's behind the desk. Like Nika just said, they're probably still doing regiments every day, all day.
Whoa,
No, it's
I
confirmed. It's confirmed that they are.
hold
It's
on,
a fact.
hold on, Zah. I gotta stop you. That quote sounded crazy coming from you, only
What?
because
What's
you're the
up?
man I've heard call
He about to
Shane
and
and
Dragon. He about to get on you.
for being inactive for years. So a little contradictory right there.
Well, I
It is
have
a
seen
little.
Sakazuki active way more than I've ever seen anything from Dragon.
I mean, that's fair. I'm just going off of your statements of calling people
No, he lazy because they're behind the desk. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah. I'm like, I've seen Sakazuki. If you were like Dragon was lazy, cool, you got it.
No,
I ain't seen nothing on.
No,
ain't
you
seen
can't
nothing on screen.
say
that's not true.
Dragon is lazy and then say Sakazuki isn't. They
No,
both got. They
I'm-
both do the
I'm
same.
sorry. Lazy not the word. Lazy not the word. Inactive. If you want to say Dragon's inactive, cool. Sakazuki inactive because I've seen him get busy.
You can't
I
say
don't see
that.
much from him.
No, stop. Since Sakazuki's been a fleet admiral, you have not seen him get active. That is cap. You saw him active when he was a regular admiral as a Marine. He's a fleet admiral. He is
Yes.
not active. Same as Dragon, Supreme Commander, not
he
active.
got active one
That's how that
time.
worked.
He got
He
active.
moved. He moved behind the desk for for Kuma, and then
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
ain't
trying to say.
but nothing happened, so that doesn't look good on his resume. So I wouldn't even bring that up. I'm gonna just be real with you.
True.
Don't
I get
bring
it.
up a half dead man breaking in and then breaking out. Don't bring that man up because that's not gonna make him look any better. So he has not been active because by that same extent, Dragon sent Sabo into Marie's wall, and we're gonna say Dragon. It don't fucking matter. He's doing it on his orders. So if Sabo doesn't get orders from Dragon to do it, when does it get done?
Well, Zara said many times before he thinks Sabo's just out doing whatever the fuck he
I think
feels.
Sabo does his own thing.
Yes, I could think that, but that doesn't matter because that's not where that's not a canon thought, bro.
Crazy.
That's not a canon thought. The nigga takes orders from someone above him. So
Man.
that's irrelevant. That's not a real thought. That doesn't really exist.
No,
That's an opinion.
I agree with you. But I'm just saying, like, it'll be times where like Dragon will be like, hey, do this. Sabo will do that, but then he'll go do his own shit too. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm Sabo just he ad libs. He ad libs a lot. It said in the first thing
that happened one time, and that was Reverie. That was it. That's the only time it happened. Besides that, Sabo has done what his captain, what his commander has always asked. That's all I'm saying. You gotta, man.
Yeah, Zara, you all in with that. I don't know why you think Sabo.
You gotta be consistent, man.
Fucking freelance revolutionary, nigga.
I think
that's crazy.
He's just as crazy as Luffy is. So like I think that's what he does.
That too. I think out of Sabo, Luffy, and Ace, Sabo's the most clear, calm-headed, like the most like structured.
Nah, he's smart. He's the smartest one out of the three.
He's
the smartest one out of the three.
The most.
Because Koala complains about him all the time. She complains about him all the time. He don't listen. He cuts off every time she tries to call him. He hangs up. He goes.
To her,
yeah, he does his own thing.
He's not the number one wanted man in the world. I bet he listens to him.
Yeah, I know he listens to him.
Yeah, like okay, I bet he don't listen.
Sabo's so in tune with Dragon that when Sabo called back, when he called Kamabaka to talk to Dragon about what happened at the Marijois, notice Dragon the whole time was harping. He was like, "Yo, Sabo better not have killed him because if he killed him, we gonna have a problem." He didn't even need to tell Dragon. Didn't even need to tell Sabo that. Sabo called him and was like, "Yo, tell Dragon I ain't kill that man." He knows. He knows. Come on. So I don't have to tell you to address what you know, the elephant in the room, but you go ahead and do it anyway. Because come on, bro. You only do that type of shit with your goddamn daddy. You only tell you shit with your boss, the man that pays you man that's above you.
Write the checks.
That's exactly what Sabo did for Dragon. So hey, that's all I'm gonna say. We need to respect Dragon as his men do.
You're not wrong.
Just saying.
I ain't no
Just
revolutionary. That ain't my thing. I don't wear that green coat.
I feel you, but you can't be trying to rep for Sabo harder than Sabo rep for Dragon.
Yeah.
It don't correspond.
I give Sabo his. He is what he is. He forgets things, but like I'll give him his respect.
He
forgets things.
He hasn't done that in years.
We don't know.
I don't know. Oda already said he remembered all of it, so I'm not tripping at all.
We forget some stuff. They be like, "Yo, Sabo, you." I don't know. I ain't got it.
All right, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, all right. What's your stance on this? Zach, do you think Shams is stronger than Shanks?
He don't care.
No. I told you, no hate in 2025. Don't do that.
I bet.
I think they're on maybe the same level, but I think because one, he does have the other arm, and I think he's powered by something else. I think he might have devil fruit. I think he might have something that Shanks doesn't have. I think his father does have devil fruit too. So I think that might separate the two because Shanks is so hockey focused. I don't think if regardless are hockey, I think his brother is hockey, but I think he also has the devil fruit. That gives him the edge over Shanks.
No, we share the same thought on that one. I agree with that. I agree with that one because I definitely think he would. A lot of people want him to be only hockey. I don't have a problem with that. But for everything we've gotten so far with the Gorosei and with there's not one Gorosei that's just hockey. They all have some type of ability. You get me? So I think that they as well have an ability. And like we said, we've already seen them give out devil fruits to Boa Hancock and for entertainment reasonings. So it makes sense that they would have the best of the best devil fruits for their almost outright soldiers.
Yep. He's not gonna be like Shanks. They're gonna be everything Shanks isn't. So that's why I believe they have a devil fruit.
Yeah, I think it would be everything that Shanks isn't as well. Something like that.
That's why they dropped that man off in the box. They was like, yo, we don't need this. Garland put his whole son in the box. Like that thing is crazy.
I think the son in the box thing happened because of the way twins are born in royal families. It's like looking at the Hyuga clan where the firstborn got put as the heir of the clan, and then the other one went to the lesser branch where I believe Garland Shamrock was born. Shanks is probably the younger twin, and we took the younger twin and we put him in the we put him in the chest, and like maybe a wager, like somebody I gave him like if somebody wins, they could probably get a Garland child, but I know I'm gonna win, so I'm gonna get my son back, so I ain't even tripping because he did win. For Garland did win, just to add.
Interesting. Gunko, Zach, could you see her fight Luffy and letting Zoro get the 1v1 with him?
I think Luffy is gonna be confused when he does run into the Gunko and the Rocks or Shamrock, whatever his name is. I do see Luffy fighting her. Shanks fight because Zoro's gonna be the one have to tell Luffy like, hey, that's not Shanks, because Luffy's gonna be googly eyed and all that shit.
No, I don't think so.
Why you dressed up like that?
I don't think so. Luffy knows Shanks' presence. They made it a thing to tell. Even when Shanks came to Wano, Luffy knew the feeling of Shanks specifically. Luffy knows for a fact Shanks sacrificed his left arm for me. So why the fuck this nigga got a left arm? And then there's the scar on the face that Luffy tore. He said, I'm gonna scar myself because you got scars. Well, I'm gonna get me a scar because scars are bad. That's why Luffy got the whole scar under his face. He got that trying to imitate what Shanks has on his face. So these are very distinctive things. I think he's going to notice those things. I think Luffy's going to meet Shamrock, and the same way Luffy stared at Blackbeard when Black took Luffy and Zoro and threw them, and they got out the bar,
Mhm.
and then Blackbeard slammed his liquor and was like, Sky Island doesn't exist. That's a laugh, and he started laughing, and then Luffy looked at that nigga with the hat tilted, one eye, just
Yeah.
this nigga. But it was like Luffy looked at him like, I fuck with you, but I don't really fuck with you because I don't know you. That's how I think Luffy. That's how I want to see Luffy look at Shamrock. You're reminiscent, but I know you look like him, but you're not really him. But why do you look like him? So he's gonna be looking at him like, yo, and then that's when I want to see Shamrock do his I want him to as a sword style that'd be fired, like how
again everything opposite of Shanks.
I want him to be staring at him like that, and then Luffy get caught up in staring at him, and Shamrock just like his sword draw. He's just like fencing. He just go for the jab, and Zoro pulls up like Zoro get a hold. Zoro pulls up, yo, Luffy get a hold of yourself.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, yo, this is not your book. But I think Shamrock is gonna. I think Shamrock's gonna not low diff Zoro, but mid diff him, because Zoro's gonna be kind of thrown off by it too. But then that's when we're gonna see what Shamrock's really about, and I think that's what happened. Because if Shamrock is on Shank's level, that means he gotta be near Mihawk, and Zoro can't be like whole. No. You gotta show like, yo, there's a difference why he's that high. That's what
I think Zoro would show that he's actually better off, but he wouldn't win the clash though. That's the only thing. It will be a clash in the same light as a Zoro clashing with Seraphim. You know what I'm saying? That type of kit. Like no clear winner is decided from this fight right here. I think that is being saved for if Dragon pulls up. If he pulls up, because Dragon said he's gonna mobilize now that the Holy Knights are mobilizing. I don't necessarily think that means he has to come to Elbaf. I think he should send somebody to Elbaf. If he doesn't come to Elbaf himself, I think what this really means is he should make a move on Marie's wall. That's what I think this really means. Because if they're active and they're doing this, that, and third, we've already. Lafitte already said he's been seeing the revolutionaries sabotage the Red Port, the gondolas and all that shit. So they've already begun their move. So I'd like to see if Dragon comes to Elbaf, he has to one-shot one of the God Knights. Like he has to low diff one of the God Knights just to show Shamrock that he is like that. So Shamrock, don't show us him doing that to Shamrock. Have Shamrock see him do that to one of his men. And then let them lock in for real. I could get down with that narratively speaking.
So, narratively
speaking,
is Uta canon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so not just her fruit, but her as a character, she's canon.
Yes.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So my thing is, why would Shanks tell Luffy about Uta, but not about an older brother or twin?
How you know he know all that?
How does
who know what? Shanks didn't tell Luffy about Uta.
He met her.
Yeah, Luffy met Uta.
Shanks wasn't around when he met her?
Yeah, but he didn't tell her about her. She was on Shanks' ship, and she came to the village with Shanks, and she met Shanks. I mean, she met Luffy, and then they played as kids together. She told Luffy about herself. Yeah. That's how it happened.
Okay, fair.
What you write that for? What you getting at, Coach?
Because he's like, why would Shanks not tell Luffy about his brother? I think Shanks is one of those type of people who kind of keep things to himself. Like he plays things. Like I can see, but he'll have a story about his arm. Like that's the only thing he talk about now. Like anytime I talk to him, it's just like, yo,
man, that don't make sense, Coach.
Yo,
what
you want to know about how I lost his arm? No, we don't. We don't want to know anymore.
Why Shanks ain't tell Luffy that Roger was his captain? He had to learn that from Rayleigh. He had to learn that from Rayleigh, bro. Like,
exactly. That's not Shanks.
Like, don't attack that context. It makes those nuances, bro. Like, come on, man.
Shanks told,
but he'll
I got this hat.
No, he did not. Send me the panel.
He never. He
Pull
didn't
up,
tell him
pull
that.
up the scene.
He
Send
said
the
this
panel because you
is
chatted.
very special to
That's
me.
all he said.
When you become
That's all
a
he
good
said.
pirate, you can get it back to me. He never said. He never
That is
said.
all that man. What do you
I don't even
do?
think Luffy knows he got it from Goldie Roger.
He
You
Does
know
he?
what?
doesn't.
I'm
He
bugging.
doesn't. No one has ever mentioned the hat being distinctly Rogers. They've always talked about just what's it called? Roger was Shanks and Buggy was on Rogers' crew. He's like, Shanks was on Rogers' crew. Oh,
Yeah.
so was Buggy. Buggy too.
Yeah.
Like he had the same reaction. He had the negative reaction to Buggy, the straight positive reaction to Shanks in Saba Odi when he found that out. But Rayleigh told him that Shanks ain't never tell him like, yo, you know about a king, right? Like he ain't never told him that. He probably should have led with that. Facts. He probably should have led with that in the beginning and everything, but he didn't. You feel me? I think it's so more poetic to learn that Luffy thinks this highly of Shanks, not knowing that shit. That was kind of cold. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah,
that's fair. No, I feel that. What? This. You know, it's weird about that because we get that Luffy is like oblivious to a lot of things, but does not the majority of the world who reads the newspaper know that Shanks was a part of Gold Roger's crew?
Yeah.
Luffy don't read though.
Yeah, Luffy not a reader though. That's a
But he comes
Robin
in
thing.
contact with lots of people who do read and who know who Shanks is.
But to be
So
fair,
that's-
To the people. Yeah, you answer your own question. Luffy don't listen to people.
Things go over Luffy's head in the arc and it's like right in the face. So, you know, it wouldn't put it past that.
Think about it like this. Nico Robin spent 2 years with his dad. That motherfucker has no questions about that shit.
That's a great example.
That's
probably the
questions
best
about
example. That's the best example I could have that you could have brought up.
Luffy so well to know that it wouldn't intrigue him anyway. Because she could easily been up, I think.
Wait, does Luffy
point in it.
know where Robin was for those 2 years?
Oh, no, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Robin could easily bring it up to him. Because remember, Robin meets Sabo on Dressrosa. She never brings it up because she knows that type of shit doesn't interest Luffy.
Yeah. He don't care. He just generally don't care. He doesn't want to hear about his father. Like, that doesn't thrill him. When you with his dad, great. Man, that's cool.
Remember he saw the picture, he's like, yo, that's my dad. Anyway, yo, I'm worried about Sabo. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, he says I look like him. He literally says, I don't look like him.
I don't know that nigga. I'm like, you know, Luffy, I respect that. That's the way you should talk about your father.
I respect that. Fair enough.
That's real. That's real.
So, Zah, I know you have your differences with these characters. But you gotta admit, that boy Shams pretty dripped out, huh?
Yo, this is just oldest way of just drawing Shanks again. Yo, I knew. Oh, and I was like, I know he gonna give the coldest of coldest intro. He's standing there. He got fucking metal on. I was like, Oda is like the kids say. He is glazing to the hundreds of level right now, bro. He stood there posing. I'm like, yo, Oda, bro, I get it. It's a little too. It's a little too much, bro. It's a little too much. Gungo doesn't even have. I see what I'm talking about.
Oh no,
I didn't say he didn't, but I'm like, yo, and I told Nika this. I was like, yo, he just wants to draw Shanks 2 times.
Who's too high for me, but he's still a fire on him though.
I know he can't wait to have a meeting between Shamrock and Shanks. He gonna put so much detail into that shit. He gonna be like, yo, bro,
too much age.
Too much oil for Shammy.
Oda was crying when he drew that shit. He's like, I can finally have Shanks beat the allegations. I was like,
yeah.
Someone told me that shit on Twitter.
He's only been facing allegations in America. Like I said, no other country has Shanks rat allegations. We're the only ones. And I haven't researched this.
So did other countries think that wasn't Shanks prior to, or you're saying that they did?
Yeah.
Everyone else thought there was just a second Shanks, a brother. America's the only ones that had him being called a rat.
Right.
Only ones.
And I've never called him a rat anyway.
Only in America. Only in America, man. And you know what's crazy? I'm not gonna talk. I called him a rat before too, definitely. But once I come, because that's when I first watched. I was like, is he snitching on that beard? That's what I said. But once I found out, like I started speculating. I'm like, yo, it's about 8, 9 months back, damn near a year. I'm like, might not be Shanks, man. That's all I started off with saying that might not be Shanks. Because after who shit. After who tells me that Shanks robbed the gum fruit from the world government, that meeting no longer made sense to me. That's what it was. That reveal is when I started questioning it. So however many years ago that reveal was is when I started questioning the Shanks in the war station. That made no sense to me. So he steals the fruit you guys have been after forever, and it's the power. So the fruit is the power source to someone who gives Emu trauma, PTSD, and he just casually took it, and we're just met with him to have a talk because he's related to, because he has a little Fagara blood in his veins. Miss me, try it again. You couldn't lie to me and tell me you couldn't blindfold me, make sure I was deaf, and take my voice away and tell me that lie is facts. I still wouldn't believe that bullshit. And if if that ends up being true, Oda's gonna have a great reasoning why that is a true happening in the story.
We can't have that. Oda had better than that. He had drawn Shanks 2 times. Like, I'm gonna need a better explanation. And people are like, they don't want it. They hope it's not a clone and all that other stuff. I think he's really his brother because
I told him
I don't need any more clone shit. I don't need no more clone shit from Oda. The Vegapunk.
Zah, you see me tell this stuff to Reed. Coates hears it every maybe Friday, maybe a Sunday. You see me do it Friday, Monday with Reed for like a month, 2 months straight. You need to, ain't no more. I keep telling people, man. Ain't no. I really don't think it's a clone either. I think they're really twins.
Yo, Reed gonna be disappointed tomorrow. He's gonna be disappointed tomorrow when he read that chapter.
I hope he's not too disappointed.
Shanks' objective is done.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, honestly, I can't wait.
I wanted to ask you a question. Reading the chapter, do you think Loki has future sight, or do you think that's just someone said? Do you think he can see through the bandages, or do you think
it's future sight, bro?
Okay.
It don't matter about the bandages. Let me ask you a question. When Luffy was learning observation haki, didn't Rayleigh blindfold that man?
Yep.
When Luffy was trying to learn future sight, wasn't he closing his eyes mid-battle with Katakuri?
Yep.
Isn't there a blind man in this show right now who's like observation gone crazy? So when I see Loki do it and he blindfolded, I don't think nothing. I'm gonna be real with you. This has to be future sight. Could it be nothing else? You know what I'm saying? Be honest with you. That's how I feel about that.
So I was trying to question: Sanji have future sight, or is that just Sanji's version of?
Sanji doesn't have future sight. That's really potent base observation. That's what I think about Sanji. I actually want to say Sanji. I would love to say Sanji have future sight. The problem is we haven't seen Sanji fight someone to make him have to go to those links.
Yeah.
Everyone that he's fought, he fought Queen. It wasn't about exactly. It was about Sanji's so fast that most people just bring out his base observation. He's always the first person that he fought legit. That's like, I bet I might need to use future sight here. Besides that, no one has pushed Sanji those links. So until I see him fight someone that's gonna push him to that, like he didn't fight King. He fought Queen.
No.
I wasn't worried about the speed. I knew he was gonna have it. He's good. I need to see Sanji fight someone that's gonna actually give him a run for his money on speed. Once that's happening, we will see future sight because he'll need it. But he's faster than most people.
Yeah.
So he ain't gonna use it. That's my thoughts on future sight with Sanji.
Because people bring up, remember at the wedding, Katakuri tries to flick the beam at him.
I was just telling him about that.
Then I'm like, that might not have been future sight, but that been like the foundation for future sight. Because Sanji, Sanji's observation haki is the best. Yeah.
Watch this. For characters that may actually need future sight, Sanji would just need base observation haki. You get what I'm saying? So I personally think even with that scene with Katakuri, that was just Sanji's observation haki. It's really being really potent at that moment. Because his observation haki works more in his danger sense rather than rather than I could just force future sight and see everything happen, which I do think he's gonna get eventually though.
Easily, yeah. This could be the arc for him to get future sight. You know whose observation cycle was great and we forget about her all the time? Isa from fucking Sky. That girl was sensing everything on the island.
Kobe awakened her observation hockey. That's why I don't sleep on her. I just know Kobe's gonna get it.
Yeah.
So Kobe's not gonna get it. Kobe actually has it already. Kobe's supposed to be like an observation god, like a genius. So just wait on
How you observation god? You sold me glasses. I can't stand Kobe, bro. I can't stand Kobe, bro. Like, I know, I get him. But I'm like, bro, you have glasses on, but you know what?
Hey, man.
You got it. I was gonna ask, how do you feel about Zoro? Because Zoro's such an asshole. Did you see what he said to Road? Road is like, yo, I want to make her dream of being the king of giants a thing. And Zoro goes, that seems boring too. I'm like, nigga, you do the same thing for Luffy, bro.
No, that's what he was saying. No, that's what he was saying. He was agreeing. He was agreeing with he was telling them like, I don't like. I'm guessing you're reading the TCB version.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically saying, it's okay that you think that because we like you saying that doesn't surprise us in the slightest.
Okay.
We have a captain who has.
Yeah, he said that's a boring thing to me. Yeah.
No, that's what the Viz said. The Viz said the boring thing.
Oh, the Viz said the boring?
Yeah. The TCB more so Zoro was like, oh, we've heard it before.
Yeah.
The Viz is saying Viz called it boring because that's his captain's dream, not his own. Anytime somebody tells Zoro about being king of the pirates, Zoro always calls it boring. He's like, I don't want to do nothing as boring as that.
Mm-hmm.
Even in Wano, when they stopped him in the banquet hall and it was like, you should just join us. You can't become king of the pirates. He was like, king of the pirates. I don't want to do that.
Why would I want to do some boring shit?
Yeah, that's his captain's goal. That ain't his. He just want to be the toughest, bro. That's what it is.
He got that Goku mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think you're right, Zah. I think Oda did a pretty decent job of making him a little less lame this chapter, a little less pervy, a little less.
That's all I asked. That's all I asked.
Cringy last chapter, like I didn't.
Bro, he was so bad. I literally was like, yeah, I can't. I'm not doing this shit because he Absalom, and that almost killed Thriller Bark for me because he was wow. Absalom and Sanji and Fishman Island to me were literally death points. And I get why people, like, some people tell me they hated Sanji and Fishman Island. Like, for me, Sanji's always cool. So I give him, like, his little...
I hated Sanji Fishman.
Yeah, I see what I'm trying to say.
It's like, because, it's when you have a character go past the facts of, like, this bro had it so bad that he legit started, like,
bleeding,
he turned to stone without Boa Hancock even being involved in the fucking arc, bro. Like,
yeah,
no Seraphim, no Boa Hancock, but Sanji's made of stone and about to lose his life of a lack of blood. That's a little cringe. Me.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Cringe. But for me, I was always like, I know he's gonna do something cool, so like I can always look past Sanji's shit. This is why I can't do this for most people. Like, that's why I can't do it for Chopper or like Usopp, because when they can't be, they're never cool. They just do dumb shit.
I was just about to say that you don't think they're cool enough.
No, they're not cool, bro. Like when Chopper cries, he's like, I can't do anything. And I'm like, I do something cool. And I'm like, he got shot. Like, get him off my screen, bro. Like,
Wait, what? What just happened? Oh my god! Yo, what just happened? I think he just tried to troll me, bro. I don't know what I do. Wait, what did I do?
Kez hating what's new.
we gonna need more context, BK.
Ain't no need more context. He just fucking with me. I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. Be more specific, gang. I don't know what you're talking about.
You usually say I'm hating. I'm not. I've
That's
been
true.
calm with
That's
my
why
hate.
that's why I'm like, wait, what did he mean to put Zah
No,
instead? Like
no, I've
the
been. Everyone's been
autocorrect, did
saying.
he type in
Everyone's
Zah?
saying. I've been calm with my hate. Like I don't call anyone nicknames.
You've been doing better. That's what I give you.
There's been less hate.
Yeah, you're
Yo,
doing better. You're doing better though. That's what I give you, Zah. You're doing better.
you know,
Are you all the way
anytime.
there yet? You know, still progress to be.
I ate the human for enlightened.
Wow.
Oh my god, it's just funny.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm still lost for this nigga. Shams got that shit on, bro. Like this is or farming right now. Like, he got his hand on
I'll
the
be
plate.
real with you. The panel where it's really ore farming is the panel before that when he's sitting down with the sword. That's really ore farming. That was a way more tripped out panel with the hoodie on and he got the sword laid up on him. Yeah, that's ore farming.
Cool.
That right there.
This is why
I ain't gonna hold you.
yeah.
That's
This is
the
why I
you need
hate.
that on a shirt. You know,
This
put
is
that
why I
on a
hate
hoodie.
people say One Piece has the worst design characters. I'm like, just look at this shit, bro. Like when
Yeah.
it comes to my God, if you ever see Shanks in anything, these motherfuckers, stop Marine Ford. It's yo. I'm like, all right, bro, get the fuck out of here. But it's still everyone says it's the coolest. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah, that was
Oh yeah,
but 2 arm
Nika,
scale.
Moonpiece
All
said
that.
they want to have us. Moonpiece says they want to have us on one of their streams when they read the chapters, just to let you know. They're cool
I'm
people.
with it. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm definitely with it.
2 arm scaling, aura scaling. Listen, I get why y'all like Shanks.
MBK says, only you thought that.
Wait, thought
what?
You gotta mention what you're talking about when you say,
bro. I literally
respond.
said, yo, most people think Shanks entrances are cool. Every time he stops something, it's like the coolest shit in the planet,
Yeah.
right? Like, yo,
Yeah, yeah. If that's what you're attacking, then nigga, ABK, you think that too. Shanks is your top one. So what are you talking about,
bro? How many times when Shanks stops Sakazuki, it's like he's standing over him and he has a sword. I'm like, this nigga
Nah, that's
can't.
nice. I ain't hold you. That's
This
nice.
nigga can't play.
Sorry, that's not a lie.
See, that's what I'm
That's
talking
still-
about. I'm like, but to me, I'm like,
He go over
this nigga can't play.
with a sword out.
No, stop Sakazuki. Stop Sakazuki.
Oh, that.
He stopped Sakazuki with his sword.
Yeah.
That was especially live because we didn't even know he was gonna be there.
He was too busy telling Kaido about his arm, like about how he lost his arm.
And he just
had,
saved
you know,
Kobe's life. That's pretty important too.
I was really about to say that's the main part you're supposed to mention.
Yeah. Bro is for sure about to die. Way too.
I make sure to mention the most troll part of the whole situation happened.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay if Shanks is not my type one. I just defend him for these agendas. Then don't defend him, right?
Who said that? Wait, who said that? Wait, who said that?
Okay.
Shanks is not my type. Yeah, he's not your type one. That'd be weird. I just defend him for. No, he is your top one. Whatever.
Yeah, I've seen you defend him on. I've seen you defend him on.
Wait. So who's your top one then?
He know who the big dog is. Mihawk. He know that.
He's not gonna say Mihawk. He's gonna say Shanks. Like
He's definitely gonna say Shanks. I've seen the way he defends
right now,
Shanks.
he's
on
gonna
another
say
level.
Shanks. Shanks is the only one that he could argue for in that position. He
defends Shanks
legit
on
that.
a different level, man.
I mentioned Kuzan, but he just likes Kuzan. I don't think he think Kuzan is top one at all. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think
And
Kuzan top one?
No, he has Shanks over the Admiral, so that wouldn't be consistent. You
Gotta be.
anyone that's had the Admiral position, Shanks over them. Fuji, everyone. So there's no way you could think that Kuzan is top one. And don't say, oh, Kuzan's a pirate. He's getting Admiral plot points. Like, come on, man. I just wanted to say that, you know what I mean?
You caping. He say Luffy is his top one.
No, he does think highly of Luffy, but Luffy is not his top one. But he does think highly of Luffy. Like, he's one of the few people that will tell you, like, when I first started talking like top 10, top 5, he has Luffy very much up there. So he's not lying. I give you that 80K. You're not lying. You don't know you're trying. You ain't lying. I just don't think you're true to yourself. Like Shanks is
Yeah,
your top one. You do have other people in your mind, but you don't
the
realize how
list
you
of people
argue.
he knows that's stronger than Luffy.
Yeah, like, you definitely got Shanks up there. Shanks is the goalpost. Luffy is the
Oh,
plot.
Luffy is the
I
plot.
agree. Luffy's gonna. That's why you have Shanks as top one, because the only person you can see beating Shanks or being over Shanks will be Luffy, as it's supposed to be when the time comes. So it's consistent. Just you need to be consistent. You know, don't say Shanks ain't your top one and Shanks at you're right. You got Shanks at top 0. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's your number 0. He ain't
you
your
said
top one.
he's the whole goalpost, bro.
Exactly.
Like that is
See,
literally
exactly.
you saying, yo, he's
Yeah,
the goalpost, bro.
yeah,
Like what?
yeah, that brother's starving. Face.
Love you, AB, but bro, come on, man. Like I don't think no one go. I don't never put that nigga at the goalpost.
He fucking, I want to see this nigga low key box. I want to see him out these chains and now.
Yes, thank you. See, that's the most important thing about this. I want to see what Loki can do. I want to see his flashback when he beat Shanks or when
What?
Shanks cheated on and
See,
his brother came.
you said you.
Not even go narrative of the story.
Oh, I want to see what Shanks and his brother got Loki tied up, because I think Loki's an innocent man.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So that's why I said on Monday's stream, Shanks seemed a little shady to me, because Loki's not a bad guy. Luffy would have known that he was a bad guy from jump. That's Luffy's observation house. He can tell when someone's a good person, and the fact that Luffy saw that shit makes me look at Shanks crazy. We locking up the only person. We locking up the only person who trying to keep the Giants not being nerds.
ABK funny.
Government.
Shanks probably one-shotted him like he did Film Red.
That's a possibility. I don't agree, but that is possible.
You lock up the only person who tried to keep the Giants to their true nature. Shanks, you got some government agendas going on, bro.
Wait, hold on. I want to attack ABK sessions after. I told somebody that same shit, but I gave more serious context to it. If you go off of Film Red, and you just look at how Top Musical was handled, the crew engages Top Musical first, and then Shanks one-shots him. I can see that happening with Loki, where it's like the crew engages Loki, trying to settle him down, and Loki's like, nah,
I'm too strong.
Then there's that moment when Ben Beckman is like, this is more serious than we thought, and it's like, all right, bet we need the captain. And Shanks come out of nowhere, divine departure. You know what I mean? Now the nigga in chains. That's a possibility. That sounds very Yonko-ish. That sounds too crazy, especially if he got worn down by the Red Hair Pirates, who are supposed to be the strong crew.
Yeah.
It would make sense if he got worn down by the gang, and then Head Honcho, Chief, you know what I mean? He do that.
Nah, Cass, ain't do nothing but be there. See what I'm talking about?
I'm just saying, ABK. This is all, like I said, this is a conversation I had earlier. Just saying, go. I use Film Red the same way you just use Film Red. I was being more serious. You're trolling. I'm laughing.
Yeah,
this is coming from a troll argument, but I'm being serious about this. It could be there could exist a light where it happened like that, man.
No, that makes sense.
Loki was running amok. The Red Hair Pirates tried to settle him down, and then they was having a tough time managing. And out of nowhere, all you see is red lightning and red flames coated on a blade, and we praise for the dearly departed divinely.
That's very possible, because he called him a coward. He could feel that way if he didn't catch the 1v1 fade.
Yeah, he got it with his crew, and then he pretty much did what he did to Kid.
I jumped him.
Yeah,
he gave him the Griffin flash step.
Yeah.
Red-haired coward. I agree. I fuck with. When Loki said that, I was like, yo, you a good dude in my book, bro. I don't care what you did. You a good dude in my book, bro.
Zaire something else. Oh God.
Speaking of
Nah,
which, hey,
I'm saying you got. I'm saying I look at Loki crazy. I was talking about it with some of the Move Piece people. They was like, because why would you do this to someone who agrees with you on the Celestial Dragon? He's not even joining them, and you did. I don't know, Shanks. Looking
do,
phony out
do,
here, bro.
do y'all think the light could exist where Shanks probably made contact with Shamrock before all of this is
Yes,
happening? Like
that's what I'm
there's some time
saying.
there was some
Yes.
time on the seas in the New World, and Shanks and Shamrock just met up.
Probably told him about Loki. He was like, "Yo, this dude, yo, bro. I know we don't fuck with you, but look up this dude. He trying to do some shit." And then Shanks is probably like, "Yo, that's crazy. You want to hear about how I lost my arm? No, I don't. I don't want. I know. I
Wow.
don't want to hear about that shit. I don't
Wow.
want. I don't want to hear about that shit,
Wow.
bro.
Wow.
that's what it should say to him. That would be a sibling remark to make.
Yo, I got this dude. I know Dad don't really feel like that, but Dad will think about you if you take out that Loki, bro. He out here. He trying to cause some trouble. He trying to take some stuff out for your pirate.
Yeah. ABK, if you mean me, you did not give me the wrong idea. I had the conversation with someone else on another platform, and you just said something that I said, so it kind of triggered it. You didn't give me that idea. Keep telling you and a lot of these other YouTubers that I've talked about these videos. I don't watch these guys because I believe in their theory. Their theory is going to coincide with what I've been saying. This is a different power play. This is not me watching YouTubers and taking their theories. That is not what is happening.
Niggas want to. I gotta give niggas credit.
This shit is on me, gang. Like I take very much credit in this One Piece shit that I
niggas.
You know
what I mean? Niggas one of the one people I'm always like, yo, his thoughts are his thoughts.
Yeah.
All that's doing is amplifying his thoughts.
That's all.
He already had that core. He already had the idea in there.
The only person that has put an idea in my head that I'm kind of like, yo, this might actually happen. I want to see it happen. Is Blackbeard taking Loki's fruit? That I got from Morridge. Shout out to Mr. Morridge. That's the only one I saw this and kind of like, let's see where this goes. Everything else I done said myself out my mouth before I watched the damn video. The video just gave me more evidence. Yeah, just wanted to let that be known for anyone that thinks I'm an idea stealer. Because I don't get to make all the YouTube videos and the 20-minute YouTube theory videos. I don't get to do that. So when
no business to do that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
so when you hear me say it, you're like, oh, he probably watched this video. Yes, I watched that video, but I was most likely saying it before I even clicked on that shit. That's the title caught my attention because I said that shit myself before. So those type of vibes.
ABK says, nah, Shanks beat those rat allegations a while ago, so you can't.
There's still people. This is okay. This is what I know Ree's gonna say, and there's still people saying this. Shanks' outfit is not Shamrock's outfit. The man in the Gorosei chamber was wearing Shanks' outfit with hood on because he had on a white collar. Shamrock does not on a. Shamrock's shirt, if you actually look at it, it's white and black on it. I still don't. That was 6 years ago. He just had on a different fit, no problem. I just personally think that's still, as long as he's wearing a hood, it's not Shanks. I think that's a guy. That's where I'm at with it. I'm waiting for Reed to pop that on me tomorrow.
It doesn't matter.
Can't say
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about the fact that you took out Loki. I think the fact that you took out a dude who, once again, doesn't fuck with the Dragons, you kind of look crazy out here, bro. I'm like, why did you do it? That's why I want to know. Why did you do it? Did you do it because, like Nika said, you met with your brother and your brother told you some shit about Loki? You got misinformation. That's what I think.
You know, it's crazy. I don't know if he actually met up with him and talked about Loki, but I do think they met up before, though. Like, he probably crossed paths and they met before, though. But I don't know if they talked about Loki. I think the conversation when he went to the Gorosei, I think he went to talk about his Shanks and then something that his brother did recently. And what was recently at that time, you could say him taking out Loki. A few years back. I could see him mentioning, oh well, Shanks, my brother Shanks,
Mm-hmm.
he was fighting another combatant, and it just so happens that this combatant seems to be the prince of a nation we're trying to take over,
Mm-hmm.
Elbaf. He fought Loki. Let's give Loki a special bounty. Loki is strong. He is the heir to the giants in the end. As far as these are the rumors of what we've heard about as far as what happened in the previous game. Loki's here now. So a special bounty on Loki's head because we know how exceptional he was exceptionally strong to the point where he could face that now a young kid. So like we should prioritize getting Loki to join the gods so we can actually get them to we can install Loki king if he is a god. If he's a god, we can make him a king and we'll make them be under the government dumb, basically. That's what I think that's what I think that conversation.
I agree. And I want to ask, do y'all think Kaido to the King Harold? Because they did scars, the type of stuff, giant, the old.
They're related right now, but I don't think they're actually related. I would say that Kaido. This just confirms Kaido's part giant. He's he's own.
What about you?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think they share that's about they're like direct.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they share giant blood, ancient giant blood type shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. But it can how much they do look alike. I think that's a cool.
Yeah.
Even broke his horns. Like, and I was like, okay, like, yo, all the animals, like he used to kill. I'm like, yo, why can't the giants be cool? Now we have a bunch of book nerds, bro. Like, King Harold was out here doing all this other shit, bro.
I mean, think about it, like, if you look at it, right? Just like, imagine King Harold with Kaido's horns. Does he just look like Kaido's dad? For real? Or Kaido's older brother, maybe? Like, seriously, they got the same mustache, the same scowl look on their face.
Long uncle or something like
that.
Yeah.
If you make Kaido bald, he looks like Harold, bro. Yeah. He just got hair on his head. I'm gonna be real with you. The uncanny differences to how they do look is a bit like jarring. Like, yo,
yeah.
Like, I'm not mad at anybody that thinks Son is his like they're legit cousins. I ain't mad at nobody that think that. Like, Harold could have had another son, and it could have been Kaido, and we just don't know that shit.
Because young Kaido does kind of look like a giant. Like, I'm thinking about young Kaido where he used to walk around the open and the little bat. And I'm like,
I mean, Kaido legit is a giant. Like, Son is big as hell, bro. Like, legit big as hell.
Yeah.
Like,
that's right.
Son is crazy strong. I remember Shinobu threw a kunai at that nigga's eyeball. The shit bounced off the pupil, bro. I'm like, what?
Bro, a kunai. That motherfucker didn't even blink.
I said, yeah, he did it. He looked at the kunai. The shit hit him on the eye. Legit, like the part where I would blink and be watering right now. The shit hit him and bounced off. He looked at her and said,
"It's soft."
I said, "Yo, what the fuck, bro?"
It's soft.
Yeah, that's different, coach. You right. Shit soft as hell. That shit different. You that tough? I don't even want. I would be scaling you for at this point. Fuck it. Nigga just built different word.
Right, man. That's why when I did hear the fact that Shanks made bro turn around on the way to Marineford, I gave him extra points because that's a feat. That's admirable. I gave some points back to him when he wasn't a rat. Because he did lose points to me for that. So Shanks is actually.
Shanks. Okay.
Yeah, Shanks. He's my good lights right now, or my gracious.
Shanks beat his allegations. Kaido ain't beat his allegations yet. I'm still waiting to find out what happened with Rocks. Because Rocks said it. Kaido and Big Mom, they keep saying at the end of the day, pirates will run and betray. Rocks got away. I mean, Rocks got dealt with. Y'all niggas got away. So who really up and left the nigga? Like, you feel me? So I really want to know who. Yeah, I gotta figure it out. Either Shiki or it gotta be. I either think it's Shiki or Kaido. It could be Big Mom as well, but I don't. I feel like I put too much on Big Mom already to this. So.
They all didn't like Rocks. They was just together just for the Shit.
Shit, I feel like man, I still feel like Whitebeard betrayed Odin. It was unsolid.
You can't. If you say that, you got to keep that same energy for Roger. Then
Why?
okay, why do you think Odin got traded over Roger over Whitebeard?
Roger was
Whitebeard.
die like months after that happened though.
No, but Roger dead saw. Roger went to the anime even showed it. Roger went to Wano. Odin is looking at Wano, clenching his fist because he could see the factory, he could see the smoke and
Still
all
coming
that.
out.
And
Yeah,
Roger says out his mouth, "I know it hurts you and pains you to leave, but I got my dream, my goal, my narcissistic,
I need you right now.
Personality needs your help." And yeah, guess what? Guess what he said? He said, "I got you." Odin said, "I'm holding down. I got you, baby. I got you." Pulled him and get your ass. Then he got killed. That's what the fuck happened. And they even asked. They like, "Yo, you need our help?" Blah blah blah. He's asking.
He
He's
did.
asking Rayleigh, and then Rayleigh offered it. It shouldn't be an offer from the right hand man. The order from the fucking captain. Go support that man. Simple. That's what it should have been.
Yet.
Haven't finished our mission. They did finish their mission, and then they all disbanded. Told them to go. He's literally. Oh, when y'all drop back off Odin, make sure y'all clean on one time. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to say.
Because Rayleigh and Gabon,
bro.
Yeah, they could.
Bro, what are we talking about?
Because Kaido even said it. Kaido even said, "Yo, if you ain't got help, I wouldn't be able to do this."
If you would have came from my head before I went and fought Moria and got the hockey move,
yeah,
because he fought Moria while Odin is literally. Kaido fought Moria on the shores of Wano while Odin is cha-cha sliding through Wano. Look at my dance moves. Yeah. For the people. Yeah. Kaido said it. If you would have came right at me when you first came back, I was cooked. You allowed me to grow. Manpower.
That was on Odin. That was Odin being dumb. That was Odin's fault.
That's on all three. Kaido, Odin, Roger, and Whitebeard. All three of them, bro. That's on all of them to me. But it's really on from Brotherhood perspective. It's really on Roger. Whitebeard, he had a little more leeway for the argument because it's years later, and he didn't find out till years later. So Roger got to see the condition of the island. Whitebeard didn't see that. Whitebeard saw it and said, "Yo, I don't even want you on my crew. It's going to cause too much problems." You feel me? Roger was like, "Nah, Samurai, Wano, we need that. We need it. I'm gonna clash with Whitebeard just so I can ask him this."
Yep.
Straight narcissism.
And he definitely a deep clan member, bro. They all straight narcissistic, bro. All of them are narcissistic
except for Saul. Saul's cool.
Yeah, Saul's the only he's a nerd. I don't care about him. But the rest of them motherfuckers, they are all narcissistic and selfish as fuck.
Law fits that criteria?
In some ways.
Yeah, he does to me.
Okay.
You're Trafalgar Law. Why you even recruit stronger niggas, bro? I'm sorry.
Because you want to be the number one guy.
Nah, bro. Legit, bro. Him and Kid y'all both should have did better. Y'all telling me y'all ain't fine. One nigga that was y'all ain't hit. Y'all should have went, bro. Y'all should have did what Luffy did. Go break a nigga out. Tell him to be your right hand or so,
bro.
Or at least be my third commander.
You right. Me and Nika talk about this shit on Reed shit, bro. The law crew is terrible.
That's how I know they went over the Straw Hats and then over right where they were on the sea, right where Kid and Law came and met up with Luffy before they took up that shit together. They went over the alliance. When they show Luffy's crew, they broke down Zoro.
Yeah.
So I was like, when they got the Kid's crew, they just said Kid Pirates. I said, oh shit. But they didn't say Kid Pirates. They said Luffy's friend, right?
Yeah.
They just said Law, and it was like nobody else. His crew in the background. I said, yo, that's fucked, bro.
Even before that, when they was on Zoe, when Luffy meets Kid's crew, and they're like, "Oh, we'll introduce you." Law's like, "Yo, we ain't got time for that. I was like, "Yo, some suckers. Y'all some suckers. The only person we know named besides Beppel is John. What was his name?
John Bart.
John Bart. That's
I,
it.
That's a
But
cat.
he was a slave.
I thought he was gonna get some Wano feats. I ain't gonna lie, I
Nope.
thought he was gonna get feats in Wano, but they didn't give him.
Yeah, he started posing just like the rest of the posing.
I thought this is the early part, right? I thought it was gonna be a big battle royale. I said, "Yo, Big Mom Pirates is here." It'll be John Bart fighting Daifuku. I was wilding in my head, bro. I had mad matchups. I said, "Oh, Zoro King and Smoothie about to have a 3-way sword." I was going crazy in my head, bro. And then King and Marco kicked them off the fucking water.
Bro,
They
should
None
should
of
have
my dreams
kicked.
came
They should have
true.
kicked the pirate, the Heart Pirates off the fucking crew, bro. The only thing they did was rescue Luffy and feed him. They did nothing.
To be fair,
That's
if
a
they
big
don't,
deal.
we lose
Yeah,
the
that's a big deal.
agree. But I'm saying, think about it like this: they're relegated to retrieving Luffy and not even fight. They fought no one. No one on Wano.
They rescued Luffy, fed him, and then linked him to Momonosuke. Shit is a little different, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If you just go off of what they did, that's probably the best supporting role shit done besides the Chopper shit.
They're the support.
Besides
They're
Chopper
the support.
and Jinbei, that's the hardest shit done in Wano. I'll be honest with you. Because Chopper, he had him. Jinbei, we need him with the water bending for the fire.
Mm-hmm.
You need the Heart Pirates to feed that nigga.
No,
Well, you need Caribou to
get
feed
it.
that nigga, and then you need the Heart Pirates to, get him out the water at least.
Oh God, because I told, like, I remember Strawberry was like, oh, and I was like, there's no law pirate that ever stopped any of those people. Not one. Not one.
Beppo could.
You don't really want to see Beppo on there.
I mean, I'll be real with you. I did. I thought Beppo was gonna be there. I'll be real with you. If you would have told me every Worst Generation member would have been up there with their right hand, I would have definitely thought Beppo. And then I would definitely thought Beppo was up there. You would have had to be like, oh yeah, except Beppo. I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird.
I would have wanted to see Sanji on the roof before I want to see Beppo. Like that's how much I don't care for. Not saying he's not a character, but he's enough. I don't see enough for him to be like, yo.
But that's why Wano was the perfect place to have him do something.
Mm-hmm.
The Law novel from beforehand was already out that told us that he had a Sulong that was out of control. That it was too crazy. And then we're in the arc where we're getting every motherfucking nigga going in Sulong.
Except him.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. When I was going into the arc and I'm reading it, I'm definitely thinking we getting Beppo Sulong. I'm just waiting for it at this time. I mean, I keep seeing the moon get emphasized. All right, can somebody throw Beppo in the fucking moonlight? Like, please. Mm-hmm. Like, let's see what happens. But he stayed inside the whole time. The way Beppo's song, I was hoping that we would have found out, like, from like Duke Dawson and like Cat Viper, they would have told us about a missing mink who was just exceptional as shit. Like his latent ability to even when he went berserk was like so crazy. Like when he disappeared, or you know what I mean, or he got banished or some shit. I don't know. Give me something for Beppo. That would have been hard Beppo lore. But I like the fact that he doesn't do anything. The only character I'm cool that doesn't do much that still does the bare minimum. And the only reason why is because we know he has the same chopper play where we know he's strong, but his bounty is always gonna be that keep cutting bullshit, you know. He has the same bounty. His bounty works the same way as Chopper's, but we know. But we know he's a big dog. And plus, I'm gonna be real. It was funny to see Beppo and Film Red pop out and that light shit keep going off, and Law's just like, this nigga, bro.
Yeah, we know Law's a fuzzy lover.
But y'all didn't remember Film Red? Y'all didn't remember Film Red, bro?
I remember.
I try to forget it.
I'm about to say that every time they was having a serious conversation, Beppo's little song shit went off. He was wearing some shit. It was mechanic. He having a serious conversation about like how they're gonna go against Uta, and out of nowhere, Beppo shit would just go off, and he'd be like, "Sorry, I didn't mean to do that." And it'd just be mad funny because everybody, Law dead ass, be like, his shit just got blowed. Like he's sitting here like, "What the fuck, bro?" And turn that shit off.
Yeah, I try to forget Film Red, the One Piece musical, as we call it.
Damn,
It was.
too much lore in Red, bro. Too much lore
Too much
in Red.
singing.
It's important. I say that. There are moments.
Damn, y'all niggas really hate Red. They can't even talk about it lore wise.
I just hate a strong word. I think.
I don't hate it. It's just
I probably said it
ridiculous.
because Zod's here.
Okay. I think if we just like think of One Piece movies and then we start them in our head,
Film
Film
Z's
Red.
number one.
That's not true. But Red
You
just
said
doesn't like.
which one is number one? That's a good contender. I think Film Z is definitely top three, and it could not be three.
It's
It could be. It could be one.
top
It
three.
could definitely be.
It's top
For
three.
me, Film Z is one in the sense of the most canon content to the story. I got Z for sure. Film Strong World is a good film. I don't know if I got it above Z.
I got that top three as well.
Yeah, that's Strong World, Z, and Stampede. Those are the
Ding,
three for me.
ding, 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 and you have your winner.
No, I think Stampede should be two regardless. I think Strong World should be three. And I think Zod's right. I got Z at one. Yeah, I got Z at one.
I never really care for Stampede. I get what it was about. I loved what it was, but it was just too much. It felt like, yo, let's do everything
Fuck you.
that we do in one. That, you know what I'm trying to say? It was like, yo,
Do that.
it was just like, yo, let's ramp it up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. It don't feel like that. Now that we see Egghead and Elbaf, it just feels like it's Stampede art. It just feels like one of those types of art where we're not playing around. We're getting to the sauce, getting to
that's
the getting to the
true.
plot.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's just
love
not
what they
canon
did.
at all. So it's like,
Yeah,
the only thing canon in that story, as of, to my knowledge, is all of Laugh.
Yeah.
That's the most important. That's the big
important thing. Yeah.
No, it's not, because
No,
it's not
it's
something. It's
Laugh
not.
Tale.
There's nothing in the story that tells us we need a log pose to Laugh Tale right now. That's why I said there's things in Z that are literally canon right now. Like Kuzan telling us, like Kuzan learning Kuzan's leg is done.
Legs burned
We
off.
got that in Z 10 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
And now we're in the story. We're now getting Kuzan revealing to the Blackbeard Pirates, he has for my leg. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big deal for me. Even to the point of the liquor that Kuzan is sharing with Zephyr in that movie is the same liquor Kuzan. And Blackbeard. It's a subtle detail thing where it's like, yo, damn, son. That's why I like Strong World. Strong World is the least, to me, it's not.
Where? You said the liquor that he's sharing is from who? From where?
The liquor that he's shares with Zephyr in Film Z is the same liquor he's drinking in the bar with Blackbeard.
With Blackbeard,
Okay.
yeah. When they meet each other and they're like laughing and
it's the very same. It's the very same one. Like, you know what I'm saying? The whole narrative for the Navy right now is legit the narrative that was being taken on by Zephyr in Film Z. Like, it's all these things are still like super, like they're canon as fuck. That's why I have the theories that I have. So it's like like to me, Zephyr just needs to be made canon. He just needs to be mentioned one time. Like, we just need Goku to say his name one time, and he becomes Film Z canon. You know, the Dynastones might not be canon, sure, but I equate Dynastones to ancient weapons because that's what everybody's after right now. Everybody's after Dynastone or the ancient. That's what they want to do. So he is the same shit. Like, it's the same shit. Like, that's, I'm like, yo, Film Z is just at this point. It's damn near. Exactly. You get it. You get it. And it shows you Kuzan, we got Film Z. Kuzan was already in talks with the Blackbeard Pirates. So it tells me he does have a sense of justice, even though he's with the Blackbeard Pirates. Because in Film Z, though he was being said to be with the Blackbeard Pirates be dealing with the Blackbeard Pirates, he's still enacting senses of saving people and being and having a justice. So to me, it's just like I said, it's just everything that we see that happened in Hachinosu is just kind of like, all right, it's just showing me what I already was Yeah, everything I'm getting from Kuzan and Hachinosu, I already got from him in Film Z.
Yeah, because yep.
Everything, nothing new. He takes out Gart, but he actually is. You look at where Gart got his wound at from Shiryu, Kuzan put ice on it.
Yep.
Like, he's actually helping the nigga. Like that's what he was doing for Zephyr. Like you know what I mean?
I'm not
Zephyr wanted.
mad at that.
I'm
I'm not mad at none. I say I'm not mad at that.
He's number one.
You're going with the enjoyment of the movie. That's where you're coming from.
You ain't
Which
even
I'm not
let
mad
my
at.
plan.
Oh no, I'm just speaking on the perspective I know you're coming from. But we've had this conversation before.
That's true. My biggest thing is for 20 years we watching the show, the whole concept is let's find the One Piece. We don't know where that motherfucker at until Stampede. We finally get like some inkling of, oh shit, this is the island. This is how we can get there. At that moment, this is the closest we've ever been to the One Piece.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like I feel like that one thing is such a huge caveat to plot.
This is the problem, right? Because Zephyr sees his hat, and then everyone keeps asking Luffy why the hell is the hat so important? We can't move on and leave that shit. And Luffy tells him, he says, "No, I can't leave the hat. I have to go. I have to get that hat. It was from a promise with shit. On top of that, it is what shows me the guide. It's my guide. It's my guide to being the king of the pirates." And it's like, oh, he don't even know that shit came from. I just little bit. I got it. The same credit you give to Stampede for that, I give Luffy just for that. Because we're not in the end game, and Luffy still makes me feel like the One Piece is very important in this movie. And whereas at Z and Stampede, we have to wait till we get to Stampede, and then we have to wait until we find out what the actual treasure is. So I didn't feel in Stampede, I didn't feel like it was that important until Bullet said it. Bullet says me having this gift is damn near me having the One Piece, and I'm like, oh shit, word, okay.
But how is that not like at face value?
Because I found out it's just a log pose that he had. To me, the log pose I equate that is the map to the Grand Line. Same thing as East Blue. Anyone can steal that shit. That's why we're having this battle right now. It's not something said and done. Something said and done would have been him having, if the One Piece was a letter, he got 2 paragraphs out that bitch. Yeah. Now I'm like, all right, he's ahead of the fucking curve. Like on a different note, because he has actually a piece of the One Piece. The log pose. Then I found out Roger didn't even want the log pose made, so it kind of hindered the point of the log pose. Like, look, Roger can't get your way, bro. Like, and I already knew he was gonna crush that.
You know, Luffy was gonna break it. Yeah, Luffy's not.
I'm like, yeah, it makes sense.
I was like, Luffy's not gonna want that. That's not his way of adventure. Yeah. Remember, even in I always tell about people. Even when Robin was part of Baroque Wars, when she gave him that log post out of nowhere, motherfucker broke that. I'm like, Luffy's constantly breaking log posts. That motherfucker don't care about that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Luffy broke that log post willingly, but he also willingly went back for that motherfucking hat.
I feel you.
And that's like I said. That's the point that just draws me in. Now, if we found out Bullet was canon, it helps Stampede point, but Bullet is not canon. Bullet is a movie character. It's the same thing for Film Z. He's just a movie character. Like I said, I would just love for Oda. Oda could make. There's 3 movies I would love for Oda to make like before. Well, I don't have to worry about cheating. So there's 3 movies I would like Oda to full on make like the content of movies canon. Z, Stampede, and Gold. We could easily make Gold canon.
Yeah. Tosor, whatever his name is. Yeah, you can make him canon.
He could be an Impel Down right now. He was just Doflamingo and Crocodile in one motherfucking character. I like put him in the crossfield. I'd be cool with that. He can get his ass beat by somebody. I don't care. Just make him canon. He's a canon character.
Slave too. He was a slave, right? He had the thing on.
He wasn't a slave. His wife got his lady that he was engaged to, I think, or something like that. She got taken to be a slave, and I think they were both slaves, but she got taken type shit.
Okay,
that's why he wears rings on all of his fingers except for his ring finger, because the detail is crazy with him, bro. I'm like, he's fighting Luffy, seeing a young Luffy in himself, like seeing a young version of himself in Luffy. And like that's why he could see his defeat happening because he could see himself in Luffy, and he's like, yeah, the younger version of me, I'm going for that shit. And like he knows he's beating. Exactly. The movie was alright. It was cool. It was good, but it wasn't as good as Z, and it wasn't as
Yo,
good as
I
Z
don't
in
remember
World,
Film
but it's
Gold.
like, yo,
I don't remember Film Gold. I don't know about you guys. I don't remember Film Gold. And I
it
think I
wasn't
watched
crazy
it.
memorable.
It's been a really long time since I've seen it though.
It wasn't crazy memorable either way. So
You know what?
I-
What made Film Z stand out too? Kuzan's song was fire.
I think we're gonna get again, but from Kobe. I think we're gonna get that again from Kobe. I never actually talked about that. Shout out to Zod. That's a good point. I think we're gonna get that from Kobe. The song that they sang, it was a Marine Navy song.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? I would love to get that. Like we just come up on we just cut away and we sword shit or something and they're singing the song. That'd be dope. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That'd be fire. But I like that song. The sea, you know the vibe of the race.
Yeah, when he was dying, when he's like, yo, I'll get out and the song's going on in the back. I was like,
then they had Doberman and them niggas crying and shit.
Yeah,
I was like,
okay. Taking out. I think that's for me. Film Z just solidified like it was one on one because like even the fight with Luffy, like yo, just hand to hand, just hockey, ornament hockey. Yo, we box. I'm like, yo, shit was crazy. I think with the kid. That's what it is. But Z was like, yo, I'm Black Fist Zephyr. I was like, yo, let's go, bro. Luffy hit this dude so hard. He had memories of his past.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real with you. I was like, Zephyr was he was really putting that work on Kizaru. I say, yo, because at that time I hated Kizaru. So I was like, yo, this is before Greenbow came about. So the Admiral I hated on Kizaru OP. Like I was going crazy. I'm like, yo, bro, this nigga pushed Kizaru back, all that. Like Kizaru, nigga had time to hit the inhaler and all that. Kizaru, Mr. Speed and Light still couldn't do nothing. And then Kizaru was talking crazy. Kizaru literally was, but that's how they kept up the level. At this point, I was like, yo, they're keeping up the portrayal of the feat. Yeah, White be the old man with a sickness. So it's like, I bet they still fighting the Admiral comfortably. I'm like, yo, he's like, Barcelino, you still relying on your glint powers too much.
You relying on too heavy.
I said, that's what he was. Yeah. Why Garbe Ben mentioned this old nigga name? What Oda doing, bro? Then out of nowhere, when they was in the meeting afterwards, he was talking. He was like, oh, so Kizaru was like, they were talking about Zephyr and all that. Kizaru was like, because this Dynastone thing blew up. Like, yeah, so the situation taking care of itself. And then Suru was like, fool. You should know that. Like, he's still alive. I say, yo, what kind of admiral are you, bro? Like, how you talking like you took care of the mission, and the vice admiral is like, yo, chill out. You take care of shit. I said, yo, whose favorite admiral is this? This is horrible work. Even nasty works right here. No levels of portrayal, well, no good ones. So
he came up.
My boy said all the admirals still fucked with Zeph, so that was him trying to say that Zeph is dead. I was like, yeah, you go, whatever. That nigga Kizaru's ass.
I ain't gonna.
I got more respect for Barcelona now.
You know who you sounded like when you was describing Stampede, Zach?
What?
When you was like, oh, it's so much, everything's happening all at once. There's so many things. You sounded like people that hate on Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3, when they had all the villains jam packed in there. They had Venom, Sandman, Green Goblin.
You talking about?
I love that shit. No. The Tobey Spider-Man 3. like the OG, like 2008.
Yeah, he's talking about 2008.
My bad.
Spider-Man.
My bad. Yeah, you talking about the OG
Bro,
Spider-Man.
I love that. I love the fact
I
that
love
that was
that
good,
movie when he's out there dancing and shit like that. But it got weird towards the end, bro.
How?
Like you got Harvey. He coming with the half face and shit like that. I'm like, what is going on right now? It was just too many moving parts. The Venom wasn't even scary, bro. Like the Venom was like, he's like, yo, I just want my job. I was like, is this the dude from that 70s show? Is that really the dude from that 70s show on there right now?
Yeah.
Like, yo,
I think
All right, stop that, stop that.
I actually think he did that role pretty cool. It wasn't bad. Like,
He
wasn't
did. He definitely did a decent job.
he did.
No.
You can't take him serious.
You can't say the Venom wasn't that scary and appropriate that to him. You can say the Rock wasn't what you wanted, because that's don't put say Venom was that scary. Venom did his job.
Yeah,
The symbiote
Brock
did his job for the movie.
Yeah, but wait, hold on. I do want to add. He did look the way I wanted him to. Role they wrote for him to be a hating ass type of dude. It was kind of like this. He could kind of. I could see that for that character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Even coming from that 70s show, I could see him being the dude that goes, "Oh, okay, I'll just take these pictures. No problem." I can see him doing that. That's legit his character.
Yeah, facts.
So
Facts.
You know, like I like that for him. Like, I do think they didn't help him not making him by not like telling him maybe you should buff up before taking the role.
Yeah,
like that.
Eddie Brock.
Yeah, they should have told him like 2 advance he get on the vitamin, the muscle milk, you know.
He came off as such a nerd when like Spider-Man breaks his camera. He's like, "Yo, you got this," and he breaks his camera. He's like, "Yo, Peter, what?" I'm like, "Yo, get him off my screen, bro." Like, they didn't do him any justice, bro. That's the thing about Spider. They didn't do their villain justice, bro. They did not at all, bro. That's my
I'm not here to talk
complaint
about
with Spider-Man.
Brock. Talk about Venom. Talk about Sandman. Talk about Green Goblin's son. Talk about
Sandman
them,
was crying every time.
He's talking about
I
Hobgoblin.
see my daughter, bro. He's like, I'm gonna see my daughter, bro. Spider-Man's like, yo, you killed my uncle. I'm about to drive. I was like, yo, Black Spider-Man was on Black Air Force Energy, and I fucking loved it. That's what I'm talking about. I love that nigga Spider-Man when he was Black Spider-Man. Cool.
Right.
But Sandman, he would do cool stuff. He'd be like, yo, I just need
I think you caught Wallace. I think that movie was fire. The Black Spider-Man was fire. Hobgoblin was fire. Sandman was fire.
I loved all the screen time with those villains.
Venom.
Eddie Brock kind of killed
me. I think
I'm still talking about Eddie Brock. Talking about Venom.
Venom wasn't even fucking scary. He was just like this screaming shit. I was like,
no,
the symbiote.
Venom. The symbiote had the point went across with the symbiote.
Perfect.
I think you're wild. Yeah, I think that thing for the amount of villains they put in that movie, they actually did well on the balance.
They did great. They did great.
I was good on that.
Yeah,
I was good on that.
Phenomenal.
The villains weren't the best. I could have moved on from that. The best Spider-Man was always Spider-Man 2. I fucking rock with Doc Ock. That was the guy. Like, fuck. I didn't care for the hands talking to him, but I got past that. Spider-Man 3 was a clusterfuck. I think it was too much.
I think both of them were.
Too much on top. It was too much on top.
I don't know why we tripping on. I think both of them were good.
That's why I'm like, how can it be too much? I could see what you were saying if you said it was too much and they kept like the same screen time as the first two, but the third one is literally the long one out of the three. So they're giving you extra time for the extra character, so it can balance out. So how can it be too much?
It didn't balance out well though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, because the Venom came like literally like the last hour, and I was just like, and one, he was already a nerd, so I was just like, I don't care about your story, bro. Go do what you gotta do. Away from somewhere else.
He wasn't a nerd. He just wasn't.
He was a nerd.
Nah,
Come on, bro.
Spider-Man was a nerd. Brock wasn't a
Brock
nerd.
Brock was a nerd.
Brock wasn't a nerd. He was the nigga. He was kind of just that nigga in the background. Spider-Man was still the nerd.
Spider-Man was a nerd.
No,
Brock
no,
wasn't.
I'm talking
Brock
about
wasn't a
Spider-Man
nerd.
was black.
Brock
Black
was
Spider-Man
a
was not a nerd. He was
Brock-
that dude.
He means Peter Parker.
Brock wasn't a nerd. Brock was cool for what he did. He had a dope girlfriend. He was doing cool. He had a dope little
Got
job.
some money.
The nerd was ruining his shit. That was the problem.
Yeah.
That's why he couldn't take it, because it was like, yo, I've always been a cool guy. Why? And I'm not a jock. I'm not an asshole. So why is it that this guy is taking over my shit, and that was eating him up? That's what the problem was. And then he's like, oh, this nerd, he's beating me because he actually knows Spider-Man. So you know what? I'm trading Spider-Man because that's the only other way I can get it done. He just broke my camp. I'm not gonna do that shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, no, he did frame well. It's just Spider-Man is he's a nerd. You know what I mean? He didn't get away with it because a real nerd had it. He got away with it at first. They gave him the promotion. They what's it called? They had his picture up. They put it in the newspaper. They didn't fact check nothing. They just started.
If Spider-Man doesn't work at the Daily Bugle, he gets another promotion. He
Yeah.
Job well done.
Yeah. Look, the shit that they emphasized, the shit that they went full blast on in No Way Home, Spider-Man being like a villain, they touched on that in what's it called? In Spider-Man 3 when he framed him for that bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't as drastic as saying that he killed him.
But that's how I knew he wasn't a good villain. They didn't even talk about him in Spider-Man. No, it was like, yo, he was good. Let's get away from that. And I'm not trying to say he's bad. I'm just like, yo, I didn't like the portrayal. I was kind of like, there, but still,
yeah,
Rob Holland and Doc Ock, best villains of that Spider-Man series. Venom's kind of like, I see what we're doing. I don't really like it, but I'm glad that's what I
you shouldn't know Sandman like this.
I don't care about that.
I mean, to be fair though, the best villain in that movie would probably have to be Hobgoblin. The best villain of the movie was Ezekiel, to be fair, because that's the only one that thoroughly stayed the villain properly.
That was it.
Because the other two characters like kind of had redemption.
True.
Hobgoblin and Sandman. Hobgoblin to me is the more emphasized because of his relationship with Peter Parker. So.
Yeah, they had half his face bro. He had a scrunched up face, and he's like, "Yo, Peter, I'm coming here to help you." I was like, "Bro, just worry about yourself. Worry about your health, bro. Like, don't."
I think this is a crazy tangent we went off on, but I still think all three Spider-Man movies were done well.
Nah, Spider-Man 2 is on a level in itself. Spider-Man 1's behind. Spider-Man 3's behind. But there's a gap between it. I think Spider-Man 2 was focused. Spider-Man 3, they were trying to. That's what I'm trying to say. Spider-Man 2 was focused. Spider-Man 3 had more time, but it wasn't focused. That's the problem with it.
I think you just like the come up story more. That's all.
I want you to give me a scene that is comparably sad and profound as when Sand first turns into Sand, and the CGI, which is decent CGI for 2008, literally shows this man coming into a humanoid figure again. He picks up his daughter's bracelet. Sees her in the picture. He picks it up in the hand, and it falls through his hand. I challenge you to give me another scene. As
Spider-Man 2 though still has it. See, that's why I didn't want to get into that for full-on debate. Spider-Man 2 still has good moments too though.
I love.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm like, what?
I love it, but notice how I have to shit on any of the characters or moments or scenes in Spider-Man 2.
But that's what I said earlier. That's what I said earlier though. Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, they're both good movies. You know what I mean? You could argue which one is better, which I'm not sure trying to get into, but I still think they're both good. I don't know. Zod kind of tripping. I don't think
I swear he's tripping.
Look, okay, you see the conversation with the gap I was talking about between Shamrock. This is kind of how he's treating that conversation. I don't think even if one is better, I don't think the gap is too crazy like that.
Yeah.
I don't think one is meant to be greater than the other.
That's crazy.
So. It's all about preference. I think it's preference to plot, and you just prefer the come up story in 2 because he was losing his abilities, and then he had to kind of lock back in, and then he got on his shit.
That.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you didn't have to. That's what I'm saying. I don't know you all the way, but just like how I know my dude in Discord, I can kind of tell what to like say or what they might like or dislike. They usually have to surprise me. Otherwise, I kind of already know what they're going to. Like reading a chapter and someone taking a W, I can tell exactly how they're going to react compared to taking an L. Like I don't know Ree yet, so I'm learning that. Like I'm gonna learn tomorrow how he takes L's compared to how. Like this is gonna give you real life shit. Like this is how I'm really looking at it. You know what I mean? With Coach, I know what Coach. If you bring up Smoker, I know what Coach is. You know what I'm saying? Zah, you're still surprising me, but I know exactly what's going on. You know, and these are characters that Coach doesn't actually really hate on because he's not actually a hater. Coach doesn't actually hate on these characters. You see, I'm speaking unbiasedly. Coach isn't actually a hater, but because me and him, characters, I know which characters are gonna bring out that negative tone for him, even though he's not really a character. So it's like we talk about Shanks, we don't really say he's not really a hater of Shanks, but he will show more hate for Shanks than he does for. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the truth of it. But when we're talking about Smoker, he's just a little bit less convinced on certain things with Smoker because of his last showing. So it's being able to tell the difference of why he feels a way about certain things. I could kind of guess from certain people I've debated and talked with over the years. You know what I mean? With you sometimes you do got your Shanks in one arm and dragon hate, but then you still come out of nowhere and surprise me with a gem or two. So it's like I'm still kind of learning to stop. You know what I'm saying?
I hate that human humor. I'm enlightened, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that Spider-Man 2 is still the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. I'm trying to let you know this, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, Coach. The moment when he loses his mask when fighting ops in the train, and then the people would give him his shit. That's a really
they're like we'll never reveal your identity. I'm just trying to say,
really.
And don't get me wrong, Black Spider-Man was my favorite Spider-Man version of all time. When he hit Mary Jane, I was rolling. I was rolling in the movie theater when he starts to fight when he's like dancing with her. And honestly, I hate Mary Jane. Couldn't stand her.
Good reason.
Could not stand her from 1 to 3. Hated her. Absolutely could not stand her.
I think I really hated her too.
Oh!
I can't remember all her decisions in 2, so I can't say I really hated her.
She's a Sakura.
If I remember correctly, I think 2 I was really like, yo, bro, fuck her, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. 3 was like kind of 3. I understand why 3 was as tricky as it was for her character because you had Hobgoblin doing shit. So I was like, all right, that's supposed to be the way it is. You kind of have to. Once you find out how he's moving, you kind of can't really give her too much disrespect for certain shit because, for one, you know, she also was that nigga ex first. So, and plus, Hobgoblin and Spider-Man have the craziest relationship as friends. But yeah.
Yo, when he beat the shit out of Harry, that shit had me rolling. When he goes to the house with the black suit on, he don't even put the Spider-Man suit on. He's like, yo, your father don't like you. I'm like, wait, why you just coming to this man's house and tell him that shit?
You are bugging though.
He throws the ball. What?
I said you are
that
bugging.
fight was hard.
2 not the best. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta give it to Tom Holland. The very last Spider-Man movie that came out, that's the best Spider-Man I've seen.
I'm talking about that trio. I'm talking about out of that trio. I'm not saying the other trio. The other trio, that's a different.
Got
I'm
you.
talking
I heard
about
y'all.
that trio. I'm saying number 2 is the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah. As I remember that fight with Hobgoblin and Black Spider-Man, I ain't gonna hold you. That fight might have just been the sauce that needed for it to be the best movie out of 3. I ain't gonna hold you. That fight was kind of intense. Even when he kicked the shit out of the nigga's face half off, like
that shit was lit.
Even the way that he showed up in that nigga's mansion, and that nigga was drinking the drink. He had he had to play it like he knew Spider-Man was there the whole time. He was like, okay, so you here? Like, that shit was the whole
Yeah, he
time,
went off, and he's
bro.
like, "What you gonna do about it?" And Pete, and I'm like, "Why are you talking? He about to watch this. Why is he talking like this? Like, but like, I love the Doc Ock. Like, he had the things talking, even though I can care for it, but like, he's like fighting with them, and it's like, yo, when he stole Mary Jane, and he's like, yo,
That's Franco,
I got
right?
Yeah.
That's Franco, right?
No. Doc Ock takes
I'm talking about Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Yes. It's crazy to bring up too, because I just read earlier today or yesterday that China, for the first time ever, got their created sun to reach a temperature of 100 million degrees. They're artificial. Somebody quoted him like the very first superhuman is gonna be out of China, or he's gonna be Chinese.
I hope they got that shit stabilized and cool. Just know if that shit ever go the way the whole sector of Japan is, or China. Yeah, that was my bad, Japan. That was
doing sun shit. Yeah, that shit was dope, bro. Like, yo, that's what I'm trying to say. 2 is so. He's like, yo, I want to do this. I'm mad at this person. I'm mad at that. Remember when he first gets the arms and he kills the whole hospital? Yeah. I was like, yo, this is wild.
No, 2 is dope.
Wow.
And 2 has that dope ass transition scene where like looking off into the distance and then it goes like the sun. Yeah, 2 is fire. No playing side of me. I ain't gonna lie, y'all make me want to rewatch all these old now.
Right. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, like, that's why I like the Tom Holland shit. I like the first one. The second one to me just never really connected. Never really connected. I know what the one about though. I didn't like the Far From Home shit. The one they're in Paris.
Mysterio,
but
they had this.
Didn't really connect. Didn't really connect like that. The first one to me was solid because I was like, okay, he was in Civil War. He was doing this. Now they're telling him, no, you did that, but you need to stay here. You stay on the ground.
Yeah, I don't really connect with Tom Holland like that with Spider-Man. I don't think he is even the right fit for the character like that. I think he's like, not doing anything for me that I didn't find in the original. Like,
Do you like Andrew Garfield better than Tom Holland?
For the he did, yeah.
Yeah, nah, Garfield.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He's my idea of Spider-Man from the comics was like. So
he was talking shit. He was like,
my God. Yeah. Like he was a skinny nerd. He was picked on, but he wasn't like it wasn't like crazy bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? There are differences of Spider-Man. I do
for sure.
That as well in comics. So the Andrew Garfield version is the one I woke in the morning and if my grandfather or my pops had like a newspaper, or my grandmother read a newspaper, I would catch that in the comic strip section. You know, I'm down in school where I go old school. At least that's how I first got up on comics. You see them in the newspaper, and then I learned. I learned I could go and read full-on books, comic books and shit. But that version, I'm
for sure.
So yeah, I like Garfield. I like his shit a lot. He was to me, he was the right type of witty for Spider-Man as well.
I like this.
People like a lot of people just think Spider-Man is supposed to be sarcastic, but there's a way where like Deadpool sarcastic and Spider-Man sarcastic, not the same thing. Same thing,
That's
of course, you know.
That's right.
But if you actually look at all the sarcasm you get from, I feel like the one that they did for Peter Parker in the original, they try to replicate that with Tom Holland.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. For me, that's how I feel, and I don't think I don't think they do a bad job at it. It's like I said, I already got it the first time. Like, I get it. You already did great. This reiteration of it is good for the generation of today, so I'm cool. Like, I would say nothing negative towards Tom Holland. Like, oh, he don't really do it right. Like I said, it's just for everything that I'm getting from him. I already enjoyed it with the first movies of Spider-Man already. Just that Spider-Man wasn't an Avenger.
Yeah, I feel
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like I know movie where it's like, yo, I mean, like even in the movie where he No Way Home, like I said, people learning his character, people learning who he is, and that he has that humility if he's a hero, this, that, third. Like I said, that's a new angle of Spider-Man for sure. But I don't think his character kind of needed that, so I'm not really sure if I even really rock with that decision that Marvel went with for doing that for him. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have been cool with another movie. I'd have been cool with the narrative still being his identity. I'd have been cool with that still. That didn't need to change for me. I'm not mad at it, but I'm not getting nothing from it where it's like, dang, this is crazy. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that. From me personally, I'm not getting that.
I didn't like his first movie. I feel like his villain was kind of mid.
I like him in Civil War more than
you talking about Tom Garfield or Tom Holland?
Tom Holland.
I didn't Tom Holland's first movie either. So I had to go back and give it a chance.
The second one grew up. The second one hit me like I thought the first one would have hit me, and by the last one I was like, okay, fuck it, I fuck with it now.
That would did more for character. I would like him a lot more if the first movie hit me, the second one did. It would a lot more.
The second one, I didn't like the second one. Did not like the second one like that.
Oh.
I think I liked him in Civil War more than I liked him in the first two movies either. Because the Civil War was when he really annoyed me like Spider-Man would. He talks so fucking much. He's like, oh, this is your arm? I'm like, hit him. Please hit him in the face, bro. Stop talking, bro.
That's the same way. Anytime he's been with the Avengers, I know it's fitting perfect. It's what he had his own movie that I really like. I bet I'm looking at what you know. And the first movie, exactly. I'm with Coach. Our first movie hit me. When I watched Panther Off, I was like,
not a fan. Not a fan like Panther.
No problem. Yeah, Charlie, he did that.
Yeah.
And the cast.
The cast is fire.
Yeah. Oh, I fucked with. To be honest with you, I fucked with Black. I think they did it. They had to work with, and Today's Society did a great job. The second one they had to work out for.
I did not.
I did that. I think the second one was not.
Yeah, the second.
They got 7.
And Black Panther was just. He's like, I think. You know what it is? I wasn't getting. Like a story. I get he was like trying stuff. He's like, yo, I want to part of this. I don't know what my father did. I don't know. And it was just like, I'm like, okay, cool, bro. Figure that shit out. And we talk like, meanwhile, his cousin, I fuck with his cousin. His cousin was, I was like, yo, that's my guy, bro.
I think what it is that, because I'm saying exactly what I'm saying for Pete Parker or Eddie Brock. I think that's what it was for Black Panther, for people that don't like it, because I know a lot of people that know they know the T'Challa, they know the King, the swole version of Black Panther. T'Challa not really. That's kind of a more cooler looking version of like the more sleek looking version. He's not the one that we got that had the little electricity lightning shit.
Yeah.
That was kind of brolic and kind of like like the version that we know had dealings with Storm and shit. That's not the same version that's here.
No, I think that's what
people were expecting when they got Black Panther in Civil War. He didn't give off a good impression of he's just stealthy doing his thing like that. He had a good impression. He had another movie called The King or something like that, where it was like
I know what you're talking about. He had a great impression of me in Civil War because I kept Bucky myself like Bucky is top 5 worst Avenger to me. Him and Cap could not stand him because when Cap really told Iron Man, I knew he killed your parents, and I was like, yo, my thing was, I don't care that you knew. You talk for him. You gotta let them talk. You gotta let Iron Man.
I mean, I agree with you. He soldiers way more of a plot point that we can decide when he comes. I gotta see what he looks like in these other movies if he's in it. I haven't really checked it out.
Nah,
but
Bucky,
as far as him, I didn't get he didn't have to emphasize on how strong or how effective he is as a good guy.
Nah.
So I never really.
Bucky.
I didn't know all the way there with him on the good guy.
Bucky to me just like I watched parents die and Cap's like, bro, he had missed mind control. I was like, shoot Captain America, shoot him in the face, bro.
Was he wrong though?
It does not matter, bro. That's your mom. I'm not trying to say, yo, kill him. But
before this conversation go any further, I want it to be known that there is no right and wrong in this situation. Because you was not about to kill my man. Where you coming from? I'm just not about to let you kill my man.
You gotta let him.
I'm all the way on Captain America's side here because I'm not about to kill you, but you not to kill my man. That's just,
there's another way we can like reconcile this because this is.
But you gotta let him talk. I said it was no fault.
You gotta let him
talk. You gotta let him talk. You gotta let him talk. Because if you talk, it's a cover up. Because it's like, yo, you both knew and you're talking for him.
But you don't want to hear him talk. Him talk is gonna anger you more.
Nah, let him talk. Let him talk. Because but you, like I said, you gotta let him square up. You gotta let him fight like 5 minutes. It's like, yo,
but he don't want to fight for 5 minutes. He want. What he want.
Yeah, nah. You gotta let him hit him. You gotta let him hit him.
No,
it's not about that's civilized. You talking like it's cute cookie cutter tournament. It's not about to be that.
You killed his parents. You gotta let this. You gotta let this shit roll, bro. You gotta let this shit roll.
So I gotta let him kill my man.
I didn't say kill. I said not
that's
kill.
What he's trying to do, Zod. I'm not trying to not kill
Zod. There's no in between here.
Bro.
Iron Man wants his head. There's no in between here. Iron Man wants to take the laser and strike him with it. Like, in his skull.
That's happen, bro.
That's
not fair.
Not my home.
It wasn't fair for his parents though. Like, you see what okay.
But we have someone to blame for that. Let's go to him.
Take my nigga to court then. Fuck that.
You're not going to court. That nigga not going to do anything.
You're not about to kill my man. Put that laser down. Bat that down.
I mean, this is Captain America's fault because Captain should have told him from the start. This is Captain America's fault. If anyone, this is Captain America's fault. You knew and you should have said something. You hiding it made it even a bigger deal. It shouldn't have got to this.
Agreed, but I don't think
that.
I'm not saying it would have changed.
Tony Stark is very in him, very narcissistic and self-absorbing. And
that's my boy. I fuck with him.
Look how quick.
Iron Man is my number one guy.
Matter of fact, I backtrack. I don't agree with you. You shouldn't have told him because you know why? You see how quick he was to join up with the governor and sign this contract. That tells me you don't think shit through at all.
But that's because he's feeling guilty because remember the lady was with him. She said, "Yo,
that's it.
You killed my son and stuff like that."
The decisions you make from your emotional turmoil, that's your consequence to deal with. I do not want no parts of that. Do not involve me. When it's time for me to go save the world, I want to save the world. I don't want nobody telling me I can't. I don't want nobody telling me.
Jump the man with the bad heart?
Nah, we told him no. They didn't jump. They didn't jump him. They told him to walk.
They told him to no.
Iron Man picked that fight. I mean, not Iron Man. What's called? Yeah, Iron Man picked that fight. Cap told him to walk away. He said, "We not doing this. Walk away."
If anything, Iron Man should be strong. You got all this tech alien shit on you. 2v1 is definitely human.
Nigga got a bad heart, bro. That man got a bad heart.
We can touch your heart.
I ain't got that. The Bucky was. First of all, you killed his parents, and then you trying to rip out his one thing that keeps him alive. Yo, Bucky a hoe, bro. Bucky is. Yo, this is why when he died in Infinity War, I laughed the loudest I have ever laughed of all time.
Good. How did Captain America know that Bucky did that again?
He read the stuff. He knows it happened. He knew who it was. He already found out in Winter Soldier. He found in Winter Soldier that he killed his parents. So he knew. That's why That's what. But Iron Man said, "Yo, you a liar," and that's why he went up to him and he's like, "I have no trust because you a liar." I was like, "Yo, call him a hoe. Call him a hoe. He a hoe."
I don't know, man. There was another way. There was another way for them to reconcile that without.
I don't think
But
there
the
was.
thing is, it's
I don't
on
think
Cap.
there is no. I don't think there is no other way.
It's on. It's on Cap.
There's no way you tell him that this kid kills his mom and he don't do something about it. There's no way I'm gonna let him do something about it, and there's no way he's just gonna stand there and let it all go down like that either. So it just has to happen. That's like when you messing with a shorty and it go bad, and then that shorty was probably your homie sister or whatever. There's no way that goes. There's no way that goes right. That's your homie sister. So however that plays after, you know he gonna side with. If the sister's delusional and she's saying some wild shit, he gonna side with his sister, gang. That's just what it is. So you just lost the homie. There is no, even if it does, let's say it is good for you and sister. He probably don't want you to with his sister in the place anyway, so it's never gonna be anything like that. Time is good is when Rosie puts you on to his sister and his goddamn self. Otherwise, there ain't no way it's gonna be good. Like,
you were definitely right about that.
Kind of crazy parallel.
That's true.
I will say that.
Like,
I'll give Zod this. Him finding out that way, watching the video was probably the worst way he could have found out.
And then he's like, "Yo, did you lies?" Cap's like, "I didn't know." He's like, "Bro, you knew." He's like, "Yo, don't bullshit me." He knew, and that's why I said, for me, Cap lied.
He lied?
You can't just lie.
I thought
he lied. No, lie. I didn't know it was him. And Cap's like, if Iron Man's like, "Yo, don't bullshit me. Did you know?" He's like, "I did. I just want to tell you. I wanted to hide it from you." I was like, that's when Cap lost a lot of respect because I'm like, "Yo, you a hoe for that. Because you part of the problem."
No, yeah, I agree. It's part of the problem, but I don't think, like, regardless of what, even if he had told him, even if they didn't watch it and he had told him, Iron Man would have went, been drinking, got drunk, realized I need to kill this nigga, and he came back later, tried to kill him.
You gotta let him box.
Regardless of what,
you gotta let him box.
Ain't no.
It's not
let him box.
It's not just the box. Okay,
but I'm saying if you had told him earlier, now you have a different conversation. But the way he found out was the thing that made it go to that level.
You're underestimating Tony Stark's level of arrogance. That's what that's.
I fuck with Kevin. I fuck with Iron Man heavy. That's my.
I do. No, I tell you, it's crazy. Especially Marvel's version of Tony Stark. I fuck with it very heavily. I love that character. I love that character as far as how he acts. But for what you're saying, you're showing me underestimating his arrogance, because that's the whole point of showing us. And 3 before we get to the Avengers, he's an arrogant motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He's always been arrogant all the time. So why would I expect him to make the calm, rational decision? And he was given that chance to make the calm, rational decision in Civil War, and he didn't make the calm, rational decision. He went ahead and made the decision with the governor before even sitting down with the Avengers. By the time the Avengers got to sit down and talk about it, he was already on board with the governor. Why? Old dude makes the. That's why Captain America made the decision he was making the decisions he was making as he was going along the course of the movie, because he realized you don't think shit through, Tony, and that's a problem.
Neither does that nigga. They're both on the wrong.
No, he thinks through. His one moment of lacking was that, but I don't think he was wrong, because Tony is. Like I said, regardless of him telling him that, telling him then, telling him later, or telling him as soon as he had found out, I think the outcome would have been the same. Tony Stark, he would have tried to kill. That's what it was. I think that's what it is.
So,
I agree.
If you tell me Tony
to bring your iron hands, and that's it. I'll let y'all squab. Y'all can have a cool 5-10 minute.
No. You gotta
No, it's
let
not
him.
gonna
You gotta
work.
let
It's
him
never.
be. You gotta let him be in the
Guys,
suit.
guys.
What's
There's
up?
no way they're ever just gonna get that out y'all head. This is
That's
he killed my mama.
what I'm saying.
There's no, I get it. Yeah, I get you, but it's they're going blow for blow for the. Now, we parallel to the One Piece debate, right? No matter how I talk about Shanks to you, Zah, whether I try to say, no matter how I talk about Shanks in a good way, where his character, his strength, design, just the lore, you're going to stick to your guns and be like, "Why are we talking about one-armed deadbeat?" That is basically Iron Man in the conversation with Captain America. It's never going to work. It's never going to happen. He's going to say something, and I'm going to kill this nigga because he's my mom. Simple.
Okay.
So if you let me do it, or I try to kill you too because you're in there. That's what it's going to be with Iron Man. Like
I agree.
He went home and been drunk, and then been like, all right, let me do it. He been on the battlefield, let me do it now. He would have had his suit on, and who knows, the same shit he did, the same shit he did to Bucky and Captain and Civil War when they were fighting. Not Civil War, in Winter Soldier or whatever it was. Yeah, no, I think it was Civil War. You know, he pulled out the little arm shit. He gonna do that. He gonna try to catch him off guard. Assassin mode. It matter. He's trying to kill Bucky. No matter what it is, he's trying to kill Bucky.
All I'm trying to say is the thing that made it look worse was that Cap was defending. Cap wasn't even being like. My thing with Cap was like, yo, let that motherfucker talk for himself. You talk make it seem like you're hot. It's like, yo, y'all both.
But you can't let that man talk.
He's gonna
get
angry before he talks.
Yeah, it's just unfair to let him talk for himself. It's brainwash.
But and you talking for it doesn't make it any better because it's like, yo,
nothing's gonna make it better.
So it could be thinking like it's a lie. I read the file, so I can co-sign it. He was brainwashed.
But I'm saying nothing's gonna make it better. You're looking for reasoning, it's not gonna satisfy you. Because at the end of the day, it's not a good reason, bro. Because him not letting him talk is just giving him more reason for Iron Man to just shoot niggas. So you can't say something for yourself. All right, bet, clap. That's what. No matter what you do, he's gonna kill this nigga. It's not changing nothing, bro. There's nothing he could have said.
Right.
There's nothing. I killed your mom. There's actually nothing to say to you. Say to that right there, bro.
And then he goes, and Iron Man asks, "Do you remember?" I remember all of them. I'm like, bro, that's not what you say, yo. You apologize. Yo, apologize there, bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
But it's traumatizing on him too. I remember everything that they made me do. I remember all of it.
Nah, Bucky.
It's not just about you, Captain Iron Man. I went through shit too. I remember all of it.
Bucky and Capo.
I don't think. I'm gonna be real. I don't think the powers that he had, let them be in control of anything that was happening. So I'm not gonna call those. I think Captain America just chose the route with his person he thought was more
best friend.
That's his boy. It's his boy.
Yeah, so you can say that's a decision, but you say that's a decision. But I'm a rock with my 100-year-old brother too. Especially if I thought
was dead.
I was like, I was done.
I was fighting him this last movie.
Nah, bro.
I just got him back.
Nah, bro. That's why when he died, bro, when he died in Infinity War, I didn't. If he was crying, I was like, good. I clapped. I was like, get rid of this motherfucker. Get him in his arm, bro. Get rid of him in his arm. And because I was like, see, you fought all this shit just to watch him die from that. Good. Woo. Captain America's always been his favorite fucking Avengers movie. Couldn't fuck with him like that. That morally goody two-shoe dude, the worst people all fucking time because they do foul shit like this. And then when you get called out, they're like, "Oh, I did it because I want to save my friend." Nah, bro, you a hoe for that. That's a whole move.
Listen, so, That's great. It's the same thing.
It's not my fault. Hell yeah. Like, come on, Zah.
It is your fault.
It's intentional.
It doesn't.
No, yeah, Reese was not playing.
That's wild. We're gonna circle. What's your final thoughts on this chapter, man?
I was great. The lore, everything that was about it. You know, I didn't say that. I say it was a rape. That's the line.
Capital racist too.
I did say I've never said that. Yeah. No, that was a good chapter. I think 1138 is going to be even better when Luffy does run into go in the other dude.
Yeah, I want to talk to you and Reed, man. So we're going to break. We should do a topic.
Do we ever break this week or next week?
To this chapter.
Okay.
So yeah, we should do. During the week, we should do the top. Everybody should get their top 30 list going. We should put out rules for everyone that's going to be involved. We should put rules on the topic. So
you're not wrong, but I agree.
Let's just go with it though.
No,
I'm with it.
I'm definitely with it. ADK says, I remember I slept through half of Endgame until they started fighting.
Endgame was terrible, bro. Endgame was not good. Endgame was not good, bro. Infinity War was just so much better. Infinity War was peak. Like when we talk about peak, Infinity War was peak. That was great. Everything he believed in was great.
He died for that movie. What's wrong with you?
Who?
He died for that movie. What's wrong with you?
Oh, okay. Anyway, Infinity War was fucking great, bro. Like, yo, Infinity War is the best Marvel movie.
Zaya,
it's not. Like,
everyone died. The main villain won. Thanos was established as a juggernaut. Like, when we talk about Sakazuki, and I think about Thanos. Like, that's how great that motherfucker was.
This is how I truly see the movie. Infinity War was good. I liked it. When it was over, and this could have just been my bias, I still had Civil War over it. I'm a huge Civil War fan.
In what way?
Like I said, this could have just been my bias. So I won't even speak on that first. But what I will say about Infinity War, to me, it's not complete. To me, Infinity War is just the first half of the game. Them two together is the full concept of the movie. So the true ending is
we don't like it because the time travel, it diluted the whole fucking movie. But think about like the way Infinity War starts is great. He kills Heimdall. He beats the shit out of Thor, and he snaps Loki's neck in front of Thor.
Crazy. That was crazy.
And beats up Hulk. He beats up Hulk. I was like, Thanos is a serious threat. And then remember, Thanos isn't killing people to kill people. He gives you a reason. He gives you what he thinks about it. I was like, oh, this is the greatest villain I've ever seen.
But he's killing people
Marvel.
Just to kill people for his reason.
He's crazy, but he still has a reason. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's not doing it because, like, he's not doing it because I want to kill you. He's like, the universe is fine. This is this. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker spitting out here right now, man. I'm just trying to say, in Endgame, he became a regular villain. He's just like, I'm just gonna beat you guys. I'm like, you made him go from here to here.
Thanos was a regular. How?
Because he lost what made him great in Infinity War. Infinity War, he wasn't trying to kill you. He's like trying to make you see what I see. Remember, he talks to Gamora like, so the reason why I killed your planet was because you guys were going to bed hungry. Now people are living. Now people are doing this.
Did he not enslave the planet after?
Oh, he just killed the
And then he
planet,
just
and then
left.
he took Gamora and he left. Yep, that motherfucker. That's the greatest
So did
villain
no
I've ever
one,
seen.
no one ever went hungry again on the planet after
Nope,
that? Or
nope. He said
yeah.
people's mouths fed. People like, yo, yo, when he talked to Thor, he's like, you should have went for the head. Yo, this motherfucker threw off his daughter off of a cliff to get a stone. Greatest Marvel villain of all time. And then had a tear rolling down his cheek.
You bugging.
Come on, man. You can't tell me.
Okay. Um.
Too much. And it was just too
Oh
much.
my
It's a
God.
stampede for me. It's a stampede for me. It's too much. The time travel, we doing all this. I was just like, all right, bro.
It's the last.
Once again, losing the focus. You're losing the focus of the story.
Kelly, you read any of this?
Not the comparison to Endgame and Stampede. That was crazy.
Stampede are the same.
I don't know how you parallel it. I don't know how you parallel that.
Wait, bro, what are we talking about?
I don't know how you parallel that at all.
Just got team ups and all this, and I'm just like, all right, bro, that's cool. Infinity War was focused. It had its plot. It made
Stampede didn't even have any time shit in it for you even or like similarity.
God,
Stampede was one given plot that was very piece. So I'm not even gonna say that it was. Bro. I actually liked Stampede a lot. It was fan service, and they did it like that for a reason. Because now that to me, Stampede was just a foreshadowing to what Final Saga was gonna be.
I'm good.
Jam-packed action, jam-packed lore. That's all it was. Stampede. You got lore, more world building, more action, more portrayal. It was just all that. You know what I mean? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Film Red without all the singing would have just been another Stampede. And be honest with you.
I ain't gonna lie, you really threw me off with that one. So that was kind of crazy, bro.
Which one?
Yeah, that last one completely disconnected. The ending, I don't know how you. I don't know. I look at it the same way Coach look at it. When I watch a movie and a part one, that's why I watch shit on the binge, because to me, episode to episode is you're not getting the whole shit. Which is the same thing for Infinity War to Endgame. You kind of have to, if you're gonna watch the movie for real, if you really want to get it, you need to sit down. It's like when you first got. It's like if you ever seen Pearl Harbor, you kind of wanted to watch the whole thing one time. You know what I'm saying? It was the same thing for this. Infinity War Endgame, you want to see the whole thing. Like, I'm pretty sure when it came out, a lot of people went and watched Infinity War and then went to the theaters to see Endgame. So it's fresh in their mind.
No, it came out a year later. Infinity War was.
I don't think. Listen, I'm saying like somebody there's probably on Netflix and said, like, the movie starts at 7. I'm gonna at least watch this movie, and then maybe an hour in between that, get ready, and then go see the other movie. That's what they're doing. Like I know a few people that did that. You know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact that that's how it was going. Or now that they have it at home and they can sit, they got Disney Plus. They're sitting there, they're back to back in it, like Infinity War, and then they're gonna watch Endgame. So that you should watch it so you get the whole thing, and you can sit there and really judge it properly as a whole for the film. That's how Coach is really judging it. That's why Coach can't see how you. You're saying you're looking at it more. You're sports, so it makes sense how you're looking at it. You're looking at this. It's the halftime, and then you're looking at second half. You're looking at the second half of the game. First half and then second half. You think second half of the game was kind of weak. First half is very intense.
First half,
that's how you're enjoying it.
Great, bro. Like, I remember in that movie theater watching Infinity War, people were in tears. No one was talking. Remember, everyone dies.
That's literally my conception of why people who say Infinity War is better than it so much. I think y'all just like the shock factor of the villain winning, because that's not like a consistent thing. It's rare. So because of that, I think that's why I'll say, oh my, Endgame. That's the way Endgame is gonna be like that. Because
bro, this is superhero. You're not even realizing this is the very same conversation on Jay. The shock value of death.
You gotta think about it, man. Like, and also gotta people die. You have to understand. A lot of them didn't come back. Loki didn't come back. Heimdall didn't come back. Hulk got beat up so bad that motherfucker didn't even show. That motherfucker became a nerd because he got beat up by Thanos. That's game changing. I'm not trying to say I agree
That's
with you
hard.
trying to say Endgame, yo, Hulk came out and he was like, we have a Hulk.
You gotta remember
Thanos
those
beat shit out of the motherfucker, bro. He beat shit out.
Yeah, he's and you gotta remember this is Zod. He's a Zod. He loves and the negative side of the narrative shots. So
And that's cool. I just don't know. Give me a scene in Infinity War that's as live as when Captain America grabbed the hammer and starts going, and they start tagging the fuck out of Thanos. That was one of the loudest.
I agree. Like, to me, that's that fan service shit. Yeah, that's cool. But think about it like this: we had that moment when Thor showed up, and he's running like, "Bring me Thanos" and shit like that. That to me was more in context of the movie. That's what I'm trying to say. Then you have moments like, I'm like, there's no moment in the game that had me like, yo, what the fuck is gonna happen? Like when bitch ass Star-Lord starts hitting Thanos in the face because he's like, where's Gamora? And they're like, yo, Gamora dead. And that motherfucker snaps. Like, yo, those were peak moments in Infinity War. I don't have that type of moments.
The game is literally over in half the time if Star-Lord doesn't do that dumb shit.
But that's what made Infinity War great. That's why.
But that's why you're not supposed to compare the two like that, because they're still part of the same story. That's like comparing one half to the arc of arc compared to the second half of an arc.
That's literally what I'm.
One half is definitely going to be different than the other half because they want it to be intense at certain parts of the arc.
It's really the second movie. It's really.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's, you know what I mean.
Like,
that's why. That's the same reason why I finished the Soul Eater anime, so I could shoot Soul Eater. Soul Eater and Fire Force, not Soul Eater anime, the Fire Force anime. Yes. I'm putting Soul Eater and Fire Force as one project because it's all in the same verse.
Yeah,
I'm calling it Soul. I'm calling it Soul Force. That's gonna be in my top 5 anime. That's how that's gonna be, because they're if I separated them, yes, one could be better than the other, but as a whole, they stand differently, bro. That's why when people tell me, it's like when people have a conversation of, oh, Naruto doesn't have as much episodes as One Piece. Like, yeah, One Piece overall has more episodes, but Naruto has just as much. If you consider Naruto, the Boruto, it doesn't matter. The numbers are still the canon and the numbers are still there. So it's like, all right, bet. Exactly. So it's like, all right, there you go. You know what I mean? So it's not that much. Same thing for Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball got just as much. I don't really see the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't really complain. To me, One Piece has the most entertaining length of, like, when it comes to shows that long, we should be glad One Piece is that fucking enjoyable for something so goddamn long. Excuse me. But yeah, I think we should give One Piece more credit in that light rather than so much fucking episodes, man.
That's just bias because you want quick shot factors. That's not fans talking. It is what it is, They just want the next punch. That's all Naruto fans and we're waiting for, the next punch. Who's Naruto gonna hit? Man, like, bro, he's like, what? Can we explore the Sound Village? Nah. You know what? You can explain the Leaf Village. I do not need to know any more about the Leaf Village, bruh. I do not need to know any more about the Leaf Village. He left out so much shit. I think that's always pissing me off about Kishimoto. Like, he left so many loopholes and all this other shit. I'm just like, bro, you could explore that shit in Boruto. I think that would have made Boruto reach that point where it's like, okay, it's cool because Sound Village, Sand Village, explore. You talked about all these 5 villages, and we were stuck in the Leaf Village for most of fucking Naruto.
Closing out on this chapter though, I definitely enjoyed it. If I had to rate it something, probably give it like 8 maybe. Mm, I think the confirmation of Shanks having a twin is astronomical though. I don't know who I said this to, or I think I said this maybe Trey Sean. I call this foreshadowing in this light is masterful. It's the gold standard, platinum even. Because for him to do this from way back then to set this up, you know, getting I damn near want to rate that alone outside the fucking chapter because that's like a 12 out of 10. That's different. Fucking wow. Like the patience this man has to set some shit up and then go years doing other shit.
But you gotta remember, I'm about to say, you gotta remember everything before Ahaz is set up. So.
That's like
the whole story.
Like the patience. So, because I know this is the shit he really wants to do, to really get into.
Yep.
So to like, have the patience, like, and then already people already say like the pacing for the anime is kind of that. So the fact that it's just he's different, man.
That's why Final Saga the way it is done, the way it is, because he doesn't have to explain anything for Final Saga. You got anything you want to know before this is about episode to catch up on. Go ahead and watch it. So he could put something in the story and just give a brief summary about it, and we good. Whereas before we had to spend time on it, learn about it, and now because One Piece is that. So that's why when Oda went out the way to say you could start the show and Final Saga if you're a new fan, it's like we all disagree with him, but retrospectively, if you're looking for a show that divides off rip, I'm not mad at anybody that goes and watches Egghead that's a new fan compared to where they're watching that's new and it's fast paced from the jump and it's a lot of shit going on. Should they do that? No, I'm not mad at it. There's just a lot of people are enjoying One Piece. A lot of One Piece fans are watching One Piece now because of what they're seeing going on. Same thing with Bleach fans. There's a lot of people that are watching Bleach now because they're seeing Thousand Year Blood War go crazy. So they're like, okay, I want to get to where this is at. I want to watch this. I want to see this. This shit looks crazy. Some people have gone ahead and started just watching what they see available to whatever platform that has it. But for people that do want to be real fans, they are trying to go and pay that respect and let me go watch all these episodes.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Usually that's why in any time, whatever side Oda's on, I'm on. So if Oda says you could pick up and start watching Egghead today,
nah, I'm on the side of you need to watch that shit from the beginning because that's what the fuck I do. I get what he's trying to say, but you because I'm not trying to have you as you watch.
Oh yeah, no. If you do that, then that's the path you take, and I can't because I'm trying to explain 1,000 episodes to you every fucking day as you're watching the show. But like say for like the people that enjoy JJK, and you just want like quick, fast, patient, like shit in your face, shit happening from Egghead up, shit is just gonna be happening. So if you want to start watching One Piece now, opposed to you're never gonna actually get too many episodes, okay, cool, go ahead. And I actually believe Oda is going to incentivize you so much for what you're about to see. You're going to want to go back and watch it on your own. I feel like I shouldn't even have to try to convince you at that point because he's going to set it up to make you want to appreciate everything.
Yeah, I met somebody that told me they like to watch. They've seen a lot of One Piece clips from Hachinosu on YouTube. This shit look crazy. And they want to know more about like Garp and Kobe and all that. And it's crazy because there's not much to know about Garp and Kobe from in the anime. Like, there's stuff about Garp, but there ain't much about Kobe you could really draw upon and get. Like there's scenes with that, but there ain't much. So it's like, damn, I have to make you watch from episode 1 just to get to these niggas that you ain't never even. So it is kind of unfair.
Yeah.
It is kind of unfair. So I was like, this. I go on Netflix and go watch it because he got Netflix. I said, go watch Hachiman, watch it from here, Egghead, One Piece. If you like that, you gotta go watch the whole shit. He watched it and he said something. He did tell me he's gonna start from episode 1. So I guess you could use it as a tester. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't want you don't want to feel them.
That's
Some people don't, but some people don't want to. Some watch 1,000 episodes.
they don't want to wait.
Fucking convinced.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And they like, yeah, because he's asking me, is the animation all the same? I'm like, nah, it's not. I can't sit here and tell him to go back and from episode 1 and it's gonna look just like this. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So I let him know he walked into it. He's cool with it. But he watched. He did watch the whole Hachinosu. Because I told him the truth. Like, you don't really get much with these characters. Like, I could tell you what you just missed. If you really want to learn, you can find out for yourself. It'll be lower. But there's a whole lot than just the Navy and what's going on Hachinosu. And he was like, all right, bet. Because he don't want these people out. I'm not watching too much shit. But he finally seen some shit. Like, this shit look kind of crazy. The stars in the background, what nigga doing? That's some type of space. I said, nah, it's that Galaxy Impact. You know what I mean? So he fucked with it, and then now we here. So take it. The methods be, but, you know, fuck it.
Now we are here. Putting a bit on myself. Thank you. Appreciate it. Xavier, I got you been in this bitch for a minute. Appreciate you tagging along with us, enjoying the convo. Went on a little bit of a tangent at the end, but it's cool because I enjoyed all of it. Please stay tuned next Friday. Coming at y'all with some general anime topics and some hot takes. I'm gonna be bringing up this Hero series. I meant to bring this up last Friday, but I forgot. This is definitely bringing that shit up on Friday because fucking wow. But until next time.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, we gonna talk. Fuck it. We gonna talk.
Peace. We just
Yes, sir.